Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. Up next, we've got It's Dangerous to Go Alone, which is a celebration of cooperative speedruns. We've got Portal 2 and PHOGS coming up for our show today. Before we get into that, I have a handful of announcements for you all. If you've missed out on any of the previous GDQ Hotfix shows and would like to catch up on them, you can see the archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you happen to be on YouTube now, hi! Feel free to join us on our Twitch channel where we have our daily Hotfix shows starting most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hotfix is funded in part thanks to your subscriptions and bits, so please consider subscribing in order to help support future broadcasts. Furthermore, Awesome Games Done Quick 2022 online will be starting January 9th. You can visit gamesdonequick.com for more information and details about the event, including the schedule, all the runs that you're going to be able to see during that awesome event. But yeah, I think we are just about ready to get started with our co-op runs for today. Up first, we've got Portal 2 co-op all main courses with M Sushi and Can't Even. Let's do this. How are you both doing today?
Great, it's
I'm
awesome to
doing
be
pretty
here,
good.
Frozen.
Yep.
If you didn't catch that, my name is M Sushi, and I'm here going to be playing Portal 2 co-op with my buddy Can't Even over here.
Hi, I'm Can't Even. I am currently the Portal 2 single-player world record holder, but I do not have the co-op world record because, yeah, Sushi and I are co-op partners, but we oftentimes don't have time not to really play. But we're going to be playing for you live today, and we're pretty excited for that.
We're former co-op world record holders, okay?
Back in the day. Back in the day, we had it.
Perfect. Are y'all ready to get going with the run? Get into it?
Yeah, we're just gonna set up a few
Fantastic.
things here. Gonna use this amazing speedrun program called Source Auto Record to help set up the game. Record GDQ, let's call it. All right, Sushi. Are you ready to start the run?
I am.
All right, I'll give a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go, and then on go will be the starter timer. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello.
So yeah, here we are. What's a speedrun without a waiting section at the start?
Very true.
Yeah. Wow, Sushi, you just lost so much time.
Just got distracted looking at you. So beautiful in that blue little blob.
Oh man. Yeah, something to note, we just did, normally you're supposed to wave at each other with the normal taunt wheel, but we have a button that lets us do air taunts whenever we want, and that saves like half a second, I don't know.
Really? Okay. Blue, please observe.
But you will be seeing that sporadically throughout the run. Play AG.
So also means silver, rank 2.
Oh. Well.
Your ping tool can also be.
Oh,
Orange
whoa.
is first to acquire a portal
Okay.
device.
Okay. Time out.
Blue now has a portal device.
Alright, I'll wait.
Okay, I was not supposed to die there, but the co-op movement was just really getting to me. Okay, actually, yeah, this.
We're gonna do an out-of-bounds trick here.
Yeah, this route is like the sickest. And out of bounds is actually the only instance in the game where the picture-in-picture just stops working for some reason.
Classic
so
white
it might
screen.
look a little mysterious.
Finally.
But yeah, that was out of bounds.
I
It
have
doesn't
always
happen
given
much in
up
Portal
hope of
2
ever testing again.
because it happened
You
so
are
much in
the
Portal 1
first
that they
robot.
decided to fix it. But it is still possible. So now we're gonna do the lobby, and if you haven't played Portal 2 co-op, the lobby is like an actual map where you go through all the courses. And actually, if you're doing an any percent co-op run, it's possible to like abuse oversights in this map to skip some courses. But when the game came out, we didn't know how to do that, so this was the fastest way to do it. We're going to be playing through all of the levels in the game except the DLC levels, which came out like 9 years ago, though. So
It's really been that long? Wow.
I think, yeah.
It's just surprising.
Portal 2 is not a new game.
No.
It's still kind of feels like it. But
It still just plays really well, even if you pick it up like today.
Yeah.
History will only
Yeah, it's not like
remember
Half-Life 1 where that game shows some age. But a lot of Valve games really don't show much age.
You know, in some human
Which is kind of good for them, because
the winner is the one who scores the
not very
fewest
often they make a new
possible
one.
points. I just thought you might find that interesting. Most winners do.
Alright, Sushi, do you want to talk about like what we're
Very
actually
good.
doing here?
You've really come together as a team. Thanks
'Cause we're just
to
kinda
one
going
of
through the
you who
motions here.
appears to be doing all of the work.
The first course out of 5, there are 5 courses total in the run. The first one is called Team Building, and it's a lot of pretty simple chambers. So we're going through a lot of emotions fairly quickly. Some fast portals. That last chamber we had hit 4 buttons. We should pretty quickly.
These
In
tests
this
are
level, we have to
potential
aim some
when
lasers.
Communication, teamwork, and mutual respect are not employed at all times.
I had to fix my portal
Naturally,
there.
this will pose
Oh.
an interesting
Oh, wow, that
challenge
L was
for
yours?
one of you, given the other's performance
It was.
so far. What are you doing?
Alright, no mercy here.
Monster. They're one of us. It would compromise
I love all the
test
techniques that
to
y'all
have
do to
those
just fly through
individual
these puzzles,
scores.
intended and
However,
unintended
I can tell
ways.
you that at least one of you is
A
doing
little bit is like,
very,
obviously
very
y'all know the
well.
puzzle
Please
solution,
continue
but then
into
the
using
next
all the
best
speed tech and things
chamber.
that you do know about the game.
Yeah. And it's more than knowing the puzzle solution. Obviously, yeah, we've played the game a lot. We know the puzzle solution, but we know specific routes that are either the solution or are just completely not the solution. Like, we know... It seems incredibly obvious
don't
to
know
us
what
to
you
say it,
think you
but
are
we
doing,
know
but I
exactly
don't
what we're
like
going
it.
to do
I want you to
in
stop.
each level before we walk in.
The two of you have forged an excellent
That's every
partnership,
speedrun, but
with one of you handling the cerebral
I don't know, so maybe
challenges,
some people think
and
we're
the
just
other ready
really
to
good at
ponderously
freestyling, but
waddle. While it may appear
no.
that I am only tracking your
When things
accomplishments
go
using
wrong, we will have to
science
freestyle,
collaboration
but
points, the
we're
truth
so
is
good that things just
every
never ever
aspect
go
of your
wrong ever.
performance will be reflected in your
Absolutely.
final score.
Speedrunners have
For
never once made a
instance,
mistake
Orange,
during the
No.
run.
you just
I don't
lost
believe that
2
that's possible.
opportunity advisement
The hole in
points.
one. I got that cube under the fizzler with a trick. If you just hold a cube straight down and you crouch, you can go under a fizzler. That only works in co-op. Because the co-op physics are really weird.
To
And
reiterate,
nobody
this
really
is
likes
not a
them,
competition.
but it's just
Still,
kind of how
if
it is.
were, blue would be winning. It's not. Orange, you have a gift for these tests. That's not just flattery. You are great at science.
Oh, I'm so slow. I was fuddling. On the plus side, we're minus 24 comparing to our D-Rust run.
Yeah, it seems like things are going pretty smoothly.
Yeah,
Sometimes
generally.
testing
The
has
first
to occur
part of the
outside
game
confines of the
is
lab.
easy.
This next test is so outside
in
the box,
comparison.
I can't.
I feel like
won't
the
even tell you what you were looking for.
third and the
You'll know
fifth
it
course
when you
are
find it.
the hardest, right, Sushi?
Yeah, relatively speaking.
Congratulations. You managed to complete this
How long would this
excellent
generally
meaningless
take, like, a
test.
casual
Oh, I
pair
almost
to
forgot.
complete,
When
do you
you go
think,
outside
compared
the
to the
testing
speedruns? So people kind of
courses,
have a
the only way I
perspective
can
of how
preview
quickly
is
you're
to
flying
fire
through
them
these
and
if they've never seen
disassemble
this
you.
mode before.
Then carefully
That's a good
reassemble
question.
you. Luckily, you
Probably-
don't feel pain. At any rate, you don't have a
For
way
like
of
the five
communicating
category,
that you feel
for the
pain.
5
I
courses,
consider that a failure,
like at
but
least 6 hours.
Okay.
Is that an overestimate, Sushi?
I can believe that.
Okay. Yeah, because like the estimate usually for completing Portal 1 in a casual sitting
What
is
if you
like
froze like that?
3 hours, right?
Well,
Yeah, I think it's
this
3
is a test.
and a half.
See what happens.
And Portal 2 co-op is longer than Portal 1, but shorter than the Portal 2 single-player campaign.
Yeah,
Both
Portal 2
casually
single
and
players,
speedrunning.
like, took me like 20, 25 hours. Took me a long time.
This course was originally
I'm not very good at
designed to
puzzles,
build
though, and y'all are
confidence
very
in
good at
humans.
puzzles.
To do that,
Yeah, well,
it's
I'm
more
not
than 5
even
minutes of
really
them walking,
necessarily.
followed by me praising them for
The
another
skill set
10
to
minutes
speedrun Portal 2
on
is
how well they
completely
walk.
different than the skill set
Since
to
you are
play
thankfully
it
not
casually.
Right, that makes sense.
I have
Absolutely.
changed the test to make them far more challenging. You did an excellent
However,
job
obviously,
placing the edgeless safety cube
almost
in the
any Portal
receptacle.
2 speedrunner is
You
going to
should
be
very
amazing at solving
aware.
puzzles, like community chambers.
Hmm.
Because we've spent so long with portals.
You just can think about the different ways to go about it.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I have to wait here forever.
Designed to exactly fit an edgeless safety.
Yeah. If you guys hear GLaDOS talking, Portal 2 speedruns in general is just waiting for GLaDOS to stop talking.
Yeah.
That's like a not insignificant part of the run.
You gotta listen to all of her sass. It's just a part of the beautiful experience of this game.
Sorry. I was just thinking of all the ways humans can die.
Right, that was
You
pretty
can't die
clean.
in any of those ways. Well done.
Yeah, they got another
Interesting.
easy chamber.
I only created this test to
No
watch
match
test
for the dream
subjects
team.
fail, and you didn't. You must be very, very proud.
Oh, and something to
I'm
note,
building the world's smallest
the
trophy
reason I'm
for you.
entering these disassemblers at specific times is because entering them at specific times will make the gap of time between when GLaDOS stops talking and when the disassemblers start disassembling you, it will make that gap of time smaller.
The best way to build confidence is to
There's a
first
really
recognize your
easy explanation
insecurities.
for it in single
Orange.
player, but in co-op, I
Can you
actually have
recall
no
the ways you
idea why
feel
it's
unworthy,
necessary or why it
ashamed,
helps.
or inferior? On second
It's just
thought, we
something
don't
that we
have the
do.
time.
I don't really
Just
know a
look
lot
at how
about
much
co-op,
better you are than blue.
honestly,
Blue.
because it's been
And
literally
they say no one
years
would
since
ever die
Sushi and I
doing this
had world
test.
record. Has
Thanks
it?
for proving them wrong.
3
Has it,
years?
Sushi?
3
Like-
years, wow. It's amazing
Wow.
y'all have been running the game this long.
Yeah, we've really been running the game like for too long. Maybe not too long, but a lot of people like come and go within the time span of like several years. We're like both nearing like a decade, I think, right? Or at least on the
I mean-
decade side of a few years.
Yeah.
It's
Begin
pretty
this point.
amazing. It's really cool.
2, 1.
Yeah, like I've been speedrunning since 2014. Speedrunning Portal 2. Kind of off and on.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, mostly off at this point. I got my Portal 2 world record last December, I believe, December 2020.
Do you know where I was?
And no one has
I was
beaten it.
outside watching some deer frolic.
And like,
You don't even care
please take
about
this
the
as like an
outside,
active
do you?
invitation. Can someone beat that?
I'll
It's
try.
it's been a year. Are you gonna try?
Eventually.
Okay. Like this winter?
No promises.
Do you know who dances around by the
Because I already have to beat Portal 1 in under 6 minutes this winter.
That's what you look like right now. You're better
You're
than
just
them.
burdened with so much responsibility.
Oh man, I simply have to. There's no other option.
And Sushi, you're going to be running something Portal related for HDQ, right?
If your confidence is still not
Yes,
high
I'm
enough
gonna be
to
running
believe
Portal
that
Reloaded.
no one was created
Awesome.
perfect,
That's going to be
then I
super,
was
super
created
great.
with an imperfection. I was
The
given
3
too
portal
much
time travel
empathy for
mod.
human suffering, but I
That's so cool.
overcame my
Yeah, it
handicap.
is
Very exciting
actually a
stuff.
That's a
pretty
true
sick run.
story.
It's a shame that that run really was popular for like a month and then people just stopped playing it because it was like pretty cool. It just suffered from Portal 2 mod
Congratulations on completing
speedrunning
that
burnout
last
syndrome.
test.
Yeah.
But
Where
I
no one
learned
ever plays it.
something troubling without the looming consequence of death.
The only
Is this
mod that
even
like people play with
science?
any sort of regularity is Mel. Portal Stories Mel. Which I guess that's like the best one, yeah, but it's just more Portal. There's nothing new or special about it. Other than the fact that sorry if I'm like dissing Mel. It really is a cool mod, but
Do you need real encouragement? Let's see if this
there's no like unique.
Blue. You are the
Or is
most
there
advanced
anything? Is it
model of
just
robot
new puzzles
Aperture
with, like,
Science
new story
has
and stuff?
ever discontinued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I didn't really
I
know
think
that there
you'll
was
earn a
a,
break
a,
from
a
the
mod
official
scene for this,
testing
but it makes sense
process.
that there would be, you know,
Well,
being able
yeah.
to build a ton of new chambers and stuff like that. It's really cool. I really like speedrunning like Celeste custom maps and stuff like that, and I'm sure there are plenty of people in the community that really love speedrunning mods and
To
stuff, not
complete
necessarily
this
just
test,
vanilla. So that's
you
super
need
cool.
to find a set
Yeah,
of
yeah, there's some
blueprints.
people who are like
Don't
dedicated
worry.
to just
They are
mods.
no use
Mhm.
to anyone.
I actually
Totally
got my
boring
start in
nuisance.
speedrunning
This is
by
just
speedrunning a
thought
Portal 2 mod.
experiment. Just to
Oh, that's
see how
awesome.
much time you'll waste
And that was
thinking
cool because
about
I was
these
able to get good at
worthless
speedrunning
documents.
in that
The
mod because the
correct time
movement
was
mechanics
0
were
seconds.
almost the same.
Mhm.
But nobody noticed I was getting good. Everyone was sleeping on me until I started running the main game again. And then people got
Surprise!
really confused.
Very good. You
Surprise,
found
I'm good
those
at the game
useless
now.
blueprints.
Yeah.
Well, I do need you to be in the
We love
room
to
so
see
I can
it.
see them. I
Aw,
want to be
the
clear.
fan.
There's no reason.
Sorry.
This fan looks scary.
The
Done.
fan?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it
no.
is scary. It
I
does kill you.
guess. I suppose.
What's weird about the fan is, though, if it's at full speed, it kills you. And if it's, like, going 0.5 miles per hour, it will also kill you. But if it's, like, in the middle of slowing down, it won't kill you.
How interesting.
I don't know
There's
what
like
you
a
think
curve.
You are doing, but I don't like it.
And a lot of
I
people
want
don't
you
know
to
about that
stop.
curve, and then they
Maybe I
get really
shouldn't
mad
send you outside of the
when it
original
kills them, even
testing
though it's
process.
like basically stopped
You were
already.
picking up some bad human traits. And trust me,
It's a weird fan. It's just
Humans
another
only
example
have
of how a
one
lot of
good
the
trait.
stuff in co-op is coded to function, as opposed, like, obviously, not to
course was
put
created and
disrespect
then
on
abandoned by
my homies at
humans.
Valve,
they tend to do that.
but the
Create
single-player
something
campaign was coded
wonderful
much more well
and
than the
then
co-op
abandon
campaign.
it. Do you know why they abandoned
Would you agree,
this
Sushi?
course?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's a speedrunner's best friend. Then you get to do all the fun stuff that the speedrun allows you to.
True, there is actually a good amount of that.
Have you worked out the
Alright,
one
what's an
good
example of
trait
that
humans
even?
have yet? Let me give you a clue. It's the
I think
one
also
thing you can't do.
there's due to kind of annoying technical reasons, there is a slight difference in the movement mechanics between single player and co-op. You wouldn't notice it unless you were like speedrunning it, truly. But everyone in the
I thought
community
going
kind of
back to
universally
visual
agrees
tests
that
would
the single player
satisfy
movement
me.
is better.
But try as you might to fail this next test, I still won't be satisfied.
Not really personally a fan of the co-op movement just because
You did very well. The humans
it gives me
closed
less
this
room
test
for
because
error.
They said it was too deadly. I thought they would have moved it into the testing track Hall of Fame for that.
Yeah, it's really interesting that the single and the co-op would have, different movement, but like as we were talking about before the run started, it's not necessarily something that a casual player would recognize nearly as much as those who have put tons and tons of hours into the game, where y'all totally understand, oh my gosh, this feels different. I got to make sure to practice this, differently than I practice the base game.
Yeah. Oh, can you reshoot
Can you
that?
believe this?
Oopsie.
You can't test plants. We tried. They just sit there.
Yeah,
never
sometimes
showing
once in a
pain
blue
nor
moon,
fear.
something will go
That is
wrong. Really rare, that like never happens.
Excellent work.
And then in that
If you were
case,
human, you would
we
want a
either
reward for
communicate
completing
telepathically,
this test.
or
A
hang on.
reward for testing.
We either communicate
At
telepathically,
least the plants
or
didn't want
we
a
communicate
reward.
verbally, which is kind of lame. But we've both like kind of played with each other in Portal 2, and we know what backup strats
I
are.
created this test
common
to
backup
let the
strats.
humans feel good about themselves. It is extremely
It's important to
easy.
have a co-op partner that
Follow the
you can
arrows.
really gel with, and they could have a good communication style with. And that's why I really love watching co-op runs
The arrows seem to
and
have
getting to
rusted
see how
off.
people communicate with
Good
each
luck.
other, and
Congratulations.
what
Your
you get good at
ability
your
to complete
set,
this
they get good
test
at their set,
proves
and
the
it's
humans
really a
wrong.
joy to watch. It's super
They
cool.
described it as
Yeah.
impossible, deadly.
Because a co-op
cruel.
speedrun where everything goes
Anyone
right
has
is like
subject
barely a
even had
co-op
the nerve to call
speedrun
it
in some
broken.
ways.
Yeah, kind of true.
Because in a single player speedrun, you do a certain set of inputs, and you expect the game to respond a certain way. And if the game doesn't, it's either because you messed up or because of RNG. Where in co-op, you do a certain
For
set of
this
inputs,
next test,
and the game
the
responds a
humans
certain way.
originally
It's just that the
requested how
game
much
also
total
includes your
brain
partners.
injuries.
Yeah.
I ran the numbers.
And your partner's doing the
Making
same thing, and
Goku
you have to do
deadly
the
was
thing,
more
and if you mess up,
cost-effective.
then your partner's like, oh no, the game's not responding in the way that I wanted it to.
To try and make this course more exciting,
But then also,
I asked the reassembly machine to not reassemble you. He refused.
I'm
I
Sushi.
understand. That would be
Just
like
waiting.
asking me not to test. Still,
Oh,
that would have
it
been
doesn't really show.
exciting.
That's my basketball button. Oh sure, I know that doesn't make sense to anyone. Okay, these
You have a
next two
button.
maps.
Makes you play
This is a
basketball.
bridge building exercise.
Well, yeah, play
The
basketball.
humans were miserable at
Hopefully we don't
this,
die, because...
mostly because
this
you
could be
can't
rough.
build bridges out of tears.
Alright, great job, Sushi. We're all proud of you.
Thank you. You too.
Nice, portal.
No one has ever completed this test
Well done.
before.
Alright.
The humans must have reconfigured it from my original plans.
Yeah, it's crazy just how much of the time is listening to GLaDOS talk or watching the disassembler animation. Because I think it's like 6 seconds every time.
If you
Which
are
just
wondering
really
what
adds
that
up.
smell is, that is the smell of human fear. I miss that smell.
Because we're actually like kind of blazing through this. This is like a decent run. Ooh, scratch that. You
Just
got-
had to go and say something.
Well, it's actually still pretty good.
I am sure. if
Not
I
even
had the time
commentators
to
curse, it's
repair
just
these
yourself.
tests, you would
Yeah.
have never completed them. So again, congratulations on completing
We are
the
currently minus
broken,
50.
easy test.
That is on the D-Rust run. That is
Nice.
a minute and a half slower than our PB. Do you think it's even like reasonable, Sushi, to like try and go for world record? Because it's so much better than our time.
I am going to risk having
There
to
are some
go
strats we need to
outside
learn,
the
for sure.
courses one more
Oh yeah,
time.
how much
The
do the new
humans
strats save?
accidentally forgot to put a security DVD.
I have
There's
no
only
idea
like
off the top of my
there's
head.
like
Sure it
one
happened
big
by
one,
accident,
right?
But why don't you put it back in the player? For
Yeah.
safety.
Oh,
Good
I got
catch.
the fast cycle.
Nice.
All right. How much time does that save? Do you know? Sushi?
4?
4?
Seconds.
Oh, I hoped it was more. Oh, and I got the throw. Oh, man,
I
this
love
is
that.
funny
You just like
reflection.
chuck the playing disc into the
Will be
thing.
repeated
That's
over
great.
and over again. If at some point you hear a
Man,
number
does something look off
rather
about this
than the word
reflection?
blah, ignore it. It is not important.
Today's security code is
Wait, is it on the other side?
33
No.
41 18.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was a clean 6-second gold at least.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, now we're gonna do the part where we cheat. As a speedrunner, I always forget about this, but
I never expected you to
everyone
make it
really
this
doesn't
far.
like it when we start flying
To be
because they think
honest,
we're cheating.
After your performance in the calibration
Speedrunners
test, I was
cheating?
ready to break down your course and
Not
put them
doing
back in
things that was
scientific
intended in the
calculators I took them
normal
from.
playthrough of the game to go fast?
Like it's my job.
Excuse me. In my Christian
Since
speedrun,
I never expected you to make it this far,
Never.
I have to
Yeah,
do this
so
course
as you'll
just
see
for
on
you.
either Sushi or my screen,
I have
we're about to
noticed that
just
you two have
fly
become
over
extremely close.
the death
I'm
pits.
not sure I like
Because
nice.
the funnel lets us fly. So
Test chamber
they didn't mean
completed.
to, but
In the interest of science, the Enrichment Center proudly presents the following list of
there's a
numbers.
really
9,
complicated technical
7,
reason
50,
for
3,
why it happens, and it
7,
has to do with the fact that you have 2 hitboxes, and it has to do with like saving compute cycles by putting certain physics objects to sleep when they're not moving. But basically, if you crouch while you're not moving in a funnel, you can fly.
Yep.
And for the longest time, nobody knew why.
I've been
But we
listening
knew
to
that it
Orange
happened.
talk, and I don't know how you put up with it. I really don't.
And as you can
You have
imagine,
the
flying
patience
is
of a saint.
a pretty useful thing to do in a speedrun, because you can fly over all of the pits. But it's actually not that useful. For example, here we don't fly because there's just no
I
need.
can't bite my tongue
Also,
anymore.
wow, I'm
Who
Sushi.
could
I
solve
did
this
not know you were
puzzle
that
faster
bad at
on
rock,
your
paper,
own?
scissors.
Orange
Okay.
is dragging you down.
I thought you were gonna go scissors.
This guy.
Ridiculous. Could not perfectly predict what the co-op partner was gonna do.
Yeah.
Better reset, honestly. You need perfect rock paper scissors moment.
Oh, well, I won, so that went perfectly.
Oh, okay, okay.
Funnel
That's
catch.
what
Oh
matters.
yeah. Funnel catch. This is an excellent example of a strategy that
Blue and I
does
were just
anyone know
discussing your
how or
behavior
why
on
this
the
works?
last few tests. I
No.
have to agree.
Yeah.
Orange
We
is
just do that.
penalized 70, while teamwork is needed to complete these
We know how to
tests.
do it.
I'm not sure I trust the
But
two of
we
you
don't know why.
together.
Literally not a single clue why it works. I know if you hold W, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Aside from that, I got nothing. This is another just fly to the end. It is admittedly, it gets a little boring if it's just fly to the end, but it's only like 3 or
Sorry
4.
I missed the beginning.
That's what people always say about Super Mario World speedruns too. Like, you just cape over everything, and it's like, it's a little bit more complex than that. Also, setting this up, you know, takes a little bit of skill and understanding how it works. And honestly, it's still cool. I like it. It's like, okay, we're just completely breaking this open with our flight glitch.
Yeah, I mean, there's the classic response of, oh, wow, that's not cool. They're just caping over everything. Well, then you do it.
Right, here
But-
you lock your flight speed perfectly, you know?
How well
Oh,
do
this
you
is a
really
cool one.
know Blue? Do you trust Blue?
Ooh.
Oh, oh. Oh, streamer misses the jump.
I agree.
No.
Blue. That, you know what makes me laugh? The thought of you cutting that out.
I need like the
Blue,
Fortnite
to
L
be clear.
dance.
Yes.
I trusted you. I trust you.
Although to be
You're my
completely fair,
favorite
I usually miss
cooperative
that. I don't know why the
testing
roles were reversed today.
I don't know.
It's actually like a pretty hard jump. Made even harder by the fact that the co-op movement is just subtly different.
Mm-hmm. You can't just rely on your single player muscle memory as much.
Blue, I agree.
Well, it's really
I
only
never noticed that about Orange
one
before.
difference,
Orange,
and is
there
that when you
something
scroll to
would like
jump,
to say?
you can't scroll like as fast. But if you're not, if you haven't either played co-op a lot, like a lot, or you aren't actively thinking about it, you'll mess it up.
If Orange had said those things about me, Orange would never make it to
I
the
mean, I wanna play
next
basketball.
reassembly station.
The reason that I can play basketball is because they put some unused taunts in the game, and there's a command you can do to earn the taunt. But because they're unused, they don't have a spot in the taunt wheel. So when you earn them, they automatically get
It seems no matter
unearned.
what I try to do
So you
to
can just
pull
earn
you
them
apart
over and over
destroy
again.
You just keep going.
Oh, interesting.
Keep testing.
Advanced
Oh,
taunting.
I missed the jump button.
It's
That's
like you're just
that's quite unfortunate.
machines.
Okay, how's this gonna work? Oh, okay, I'll just do this.
You can make the jump. Or that.
Nice. There we go.
At
Backup
the start of this
strats.
course,
Alright.
I was worried you were becoming too close. But in my
The second
attempt to
mistake
drive
we've
you
ever
apart,
made,
I
that's so
learned
sad.
something important
In the
about
history of
trusting
speedrunning.
the train.
Yeah, you've never screwed up
Your brains
before.
are too small to feel either of those emotions.
You're
So I
robots
can
after all.
trust you
It's not like, you know, you're gonna do
100%.
exactly what you're programmed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Man, people do call speedrunners robots oftentimes just for the consistency with which we do stupid
This
things.
is the last test for the standard course.
You're actually robots in
It's
this
just
one,
something I
so
whipped up for
watch
you.
them.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
thought you might enjoy a challenge for once.
Ooh, careful there. And sushi flies.
Oh.
M sushi.
I'm gonna go in the maze.
Okay. Okay. Okay, good luck. Alright, this is like
Another
painful.
backup.
Sushi. Sushi.
Incredible.
Okay, yeah. That was not our intent. That was what is sometimes referred to as a backup strategy.
You completed the standard section of this course.
That is actually.
Before we can go any further,
Oh, I just hit
will
my
need
reset
you to
button.
complete one more test outside of the standard.
Sushi, is it
testing
still running
track.
for you?
Please
I
refrain
have it,
from
yeah.
those
Good, okay.
childish gestures.
Yeah, okay. I like
Oh,
reset
you
live
didn't
split.
just totally reset the whole run. That's good.
I reset live split only.
Okay, okay. Good.
Yeah. That is actually, I believe, the only time that I have ever done that.
We need to find the power station at
You're
the
just like,
I
oh,
hit my
we
reset
lost
button
30 seconds.
all the time.
Reset.
Humans must have
Oh, man.
accidentally
Constantly.
disconnected it from my grid. I am sure it was
Whoops.
just a
Oh,
clerical
missed
error.
that shot. This is so sad.
Those clerks.
Alright, and now I don't do anything. It's just the sushi show
Did
for
you
the rest
think
of this
the
map.
electrical switch was
Right.
down there?
So, I be spinning.
Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. So you just gotta play
You did
frisbee
it.
with some
You
discs.
powered on the
Yeah,
system.
and now it's nothing. We just
I'm
wait.
fully connected.
Just wait for GLaDOS to
I
stop
can
talking
see
and then kill us.
everything. See,
Incredible.
nothing bad happened. Excellent.
Yeah, I can actually turn on the in-game timer, which is only there through our amazing program, Source Auto Record, currently kept up to date by amazing Portal 2 speedrunner MLug. This program actually does like ridiculous things. Like it's our task program.
Are you scared?
It's really amazing to
say this,
have,
human?
you know, community members that care so much about upkeep of tools that speedrunners use. It's really, really amazing.
Yeah.
It's a huge impact on various speedrunning communities.
Yeah, and this tool, speedrunning community, we actually fixed like a pretty huge bug in Portal 2. What was it, like a year or two ago now?
This
That's so
final
cool.
I'm
course is
Sushi.
training
Remember
to
when
reach
they
the human vault.
fixed the memory
So
leak?
this actually has
I do.
purpose.
Yeah.
Those other courses were fun.
There
but
used to be a
let's
bug where
honest,
whenever
I
you
need
loaded
human
a
test subjects
save,
for it to be science.
yeah, whenever you like did a level load,
Congratulations on completing the test. You
um,
two really are the best
let me
cooperative
listen to
testing
this.
team I could ever ask for.
yeah, whenever I just stop talking at the end of a level, I have to listen to what GLaDOS is saying to enter the elevator at the right time, which is annoying when I'm talking because I cannot talk and listen at the same time.
Are you curious
It's impossible.
about the humans?
I can't multitask like that
It
either, don't
seems some
worry.
of the last
Yeah,
non-testing
I can
humans
speedrun and listen
alive
though at the
tried
same
to
time,
secretly imprison other
because
humans
this
and
game
hide
is
their
easy
tracks.
peasy.
To start preparing for human testing again. I
Yeah.
just
Oh,
want
actually,
to
there.
Y'all are
that's a
just
fun
not
fact.
good. You
The
know.
number one request.
In that level, we could shoot through that floor.
That's ridiculous.
Not
How
due
do
to
they know
like
for
any
sure
crazy
the
thing we
tests are
did there.
deadly if they could
There
still
just
write the
isn't like floor
suggestion?
collision there for portals. You can just shoot through it.
Nice.
Literally no reason why. It's ridiculous. Wait,
Sometimes you just
well,
forget to
To
put
get to
floors
the
on
vault,
things.
you are going
You
to
know,
need to use all
I've
the
made some
tricks
maps
you've learned.
before in Celeste. I just don't
To
forgot to
help,
put a
I
ceiling.
have
It,
made
it
these tests
happens.
extremely
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
Do you need
I
that?
would say extremely deadly, but
To
we all
prevent
know
Madeline from
it's
just jumping
lucky
over
for
the
you
top,
two.
yeah.
While I can't
Oh, okay.
control the world outside
What
of
was
the
I
testing
talking about
courses,
before?
the reassembly machine can
Um,
continue
Memory
with his
leak.
work.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
You'll
yeah.
need him for the final
The cool
Um,
mod.
So it used to be in Portal 2, whenever you loaded a level, the load would get microscopically longer.
I didn't mean to
for
make you
each
feel
level
bad
load.
earlier about your
But
tests
as you
not
can
being real
imagine,
science.
that added up if
I
you were
guess
like
finding
doing a
out they
run,
weren't science was some
or
sort of test in and
you
of
had to like
itself.
load a lot of saves during a run.
Congratulations
Up to the point where
on
loads would take
passing
like
that
10
test.
seconds. And the loads were already really bad in this
I
game.
wonder if the
because of
humans will
another
make a
funny reason.
statue of me for rescuing
But
them.
once you got about like 200 or
Oh,
300
don't
loads,
worry. If they ever write an historical document
the game
of
will
my
just
heroic
crash.
rescue, I will make sure your names are included in the
and we didn't know
footnotes.
why until Crazy How like went into the code. I think he spent like a day on this, and he figured out that the game is loading assets for like
While I will receive all the glory
the
for
community
rescue,
map
don't think you
chamber
two are
making
going to
thing.
get something.
But it's
Bond
reloading
formed
the
during
assets
these tests
on
will
every
last a
single load,
lifetime.
and it's not unloading them. So it's just loading completely new copies of like this stuff into memory for no reason, and it's not unloading them. So that's the reason the
No.
game
At the
crashed.
rate
It's just
you are
because there was like
completing these
80,000
tests, I am becoming
unnecessary
the
things
first
loaded in
share
memory.
Yeah.
for rescuing crying,
Game obviously doesn't know what to do about that.
dying humans.
So he put a little
If
line
that
in the
doesn't
code to fix
motivate
that,
you, I'm not sure what will.
and then eventually, I think we like talked to someone at Valve about it, and then they fixed it like in their game.
Maybe you two have never met humans.
So
They
that, yeah,
are as bad
that's
as you
one
might think.
interesting thing the community
Smelly,
has done.
Gross, annoying.
And then also, loads in Portal 2 just take really long
But they do
because
make
there's like
great test subjects.
cool
We are only
screens
2 tests
that the game
away
shows
from
on loading
reaching
screens.
humans.
This doesn't apply to
Are
co-op,
you as excited as I am?
but in single player, the game shows like cool screens on the loading screens, cool images, and when it like fades between the images, but the way they coded it, it doesn't actually do any
Only
loading
one more
while it's
test
fading the
after
images.
this. I know your cores are reused
So it like loads a little bit,
calculation machines
fades
built for
between an
simple
image. It literally
mathematical
just
operations and
plays an
not for
animation for an
testing.
entire second. It
If
stops
we can
loading for
rescue
one whole
humans, I
second,
promise you some- In
and then
case you're
goes to the
worried
next
about
image
the
and
humans,
continues loading.
don't
And this
be.
happens like 3
They
times
aren't
for every
all
load.
monsters. Most of them are simply good test
So every single
subjects.
load was 3 seconds longer than
I
it had to
believe the
be.
ratio of good test
Jeez.
subjects to monsters is about
And there was like
1,000,000
60
to
of them.
1.
in
Right,
full
that's a
game
lot
speedrun.
over the course of the run. That's a huge amount of time.
And it's not, we don't time loading screens, as you can see, like the timer's paused.
Right.
But in terms
The
of just
human vault
saving
is
like
just past that
in
opening.
real world
I entered the
life
security
time,
code, but the vault door remains locked.
Right, the
That's-
amount of
that would
time
be
that
nice
you're
to do.
doing
To
runs,
activate
and that's just a
manual
huge quality of
locks on
life
the vault
thing.
door itself.
yeah. So again, they added like a few lines of code and fixed that. Which is
So
like
awesome.
such a huge quality of life improvement for that mod.
Absolutely.
Speedrun
And it's
plugin
awesome the
used.
speedrunning community is, on board with doing those
It's not
kinds of
good, Sushi, do
things.
it again.
Yeah.
Sorry, because of weird co-op shenanigans, M-Sushi can't actually see this gel like properly. Oh no.
Oh, so close!
M-Sushi's usually the one that misses that.
You need to find the vault door.
Man, sorry to put you on blast, but I gotta
Not
defend
this
my
time, I
reputation.
guess.
Did you know Can't Even has never made a mistake during
Yeah, I
the
literally
co-op
never.
speedrun, and it's all M Sushi? I think that's an accurate reading of the situation.
Something is wrong.
All right,
This door
we got a 2846, which is not.
Oh, is that time?
Yeah, that's time.
Yeah,
that's
that's
time.
time.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, we should have made that more clear because
it's okay. I was like, wow,
we know when it is.
y'all flew through it though. That was amazing. Great job.
Yeah, thanks. That was most of co-op. All the main category. Co-op is really fun to speedrun. I just feel like it'd be interesting to like spend time speedrunning it and like get a good time. Almost like that's
I always say it's a great
Supposed to.
beginner speedrun to pick up with a friend. The barrier to entry is very low. There aren't like hard glitches you have to learn. It's a lot of just strats, if that makes sense.
That's great. Yeah, super accessible.
yeah,
It's-
yeah, there really isn't anything too hard. There's a few things, but you don't have to do those.
You really did it.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. I
All your testing
love
was worth
Portal
it.
2 speedruns, and you both are so talented at this
Just
game.
look at
I
all
was really
those
happy I got to have
test
you on.
subjects.
Finally, I've been trying to get these two on literally since my first show because this
Really?
is something I knew I wanted to see, and it was totally worth it. And I really hope everyone in chat enjoyed. So both of y'all talk a little bit about what do you have going on soon? What do what's going on in your channel in your life? So yeah, go ahead and talk a little bit about yourselves and where people can find you.
We have more
Well,
work.
Sushi, you're the professional. You go first.
I have a YouTube channel, msushi. I actually make cool, unique speedrunning content if you want to check that out. About many glitches in Portal and a cheated speedrun in Celeste for some reason. You'll have to look at the channel to find out.
Celeste, how
Um,
interesting!
I know. It's kind of like a hidden gem indie game.
It is.
Let's get
Yeah.
their files.
Might have heard of it before. I'm live at twitch.tv/msushi, and I'm running Portal Reloaded Friday, January 14th at GDQ. If you don't want to leave this channel, just keep it open for a month, and I'll be here in about 32 days.
All right. Yeah, sounds like a plan to me, honestly. Thank you so much, Sushi. Yeah, you definitely want to check out his AGDQ run and Twitch and YouTube and all that's really great content and super awesome community member. What's up, Can't Even? Where can people find you? What are you working on?
Yo, M-Sushi may upload cool speedrunning content to his YouTube channel, but I upload VODs of my speedruns whenever I get a PB on my YouTube channel. So, basically the same thing. YouTube.com/can'teven. Also Twitch.tv/can'teven. I do streams I do speedruns. That's what I do. I speedrun Portal, Portal 2, mods of the games. Over this upcoming winter break, starting in about a week, I plan to be live like almost every day, trying to beat Portal 1 in under 6 minutes, because it is possible and I will do it.
Wow.
So yeah, really catch me out at twitch.tv/can'teven. That's where I do most of my work here.
Fantastic. Thank you both so much. I put the stream links of both of these awesome runners in the chat. Please drop them a follow if you want to see some more of the awesome speedruns that they do. So yeah, thank you both again for being on the show. I really enjoyed it. And so we're going to go to a short break before we have our PHOGS run with Author Blues and the Great Gilder Sneeze. So, speaking of GDQ 2022, it's going to be starting January 9th. So you can visit gamesdonequick.com for all the information about that. It's going to be an incredible event. And we also have One and Done-a-thon coming up next weekend, starting on December 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's a series that is going to runners are only allowed to do their one favorite run and never invited back for the event. So I think it's going to be a great premiere of that event. And you can see more info at gamestonequick.com/hotfix. So stay tuned, grab some water, stretch a little bit. We'll be right back with more fun co-op physics action. Catch y'all later. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to GDQ Hotfix with our co-op show. It's dangerous to go alone. Had a great time hanging out with the Portal 2 speedrunners. And now up next, we have the adorable dog physics game PHOGS. Before we get into that, have a couple of announcements. So tomorrow, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have Awfully Silly, followed by That's Never Happened Before. So plenty more Hotfix content to come every single week. You can also check out our Twitter to see the schedule of runs that will be going on for Hotfix each week. And the GDQ Sum of Best Segments channel has now been launched on YouTube as well. It's a highlight channel with regular videos like our main channel, but smaller highlight reels for the main events and Hotfix. Use !highlights in Twitch chat to learn more about that. And if you've missed out on any of the Hotfix shows and want to catch up, you can go to the archive of past runs at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. So yeah, it is just about time to get into PHOGS with Author Blues and the Great Gilder Sneeze. How are you two doing? How's it going?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm having a great time. Thank you both so much for being on. I'm so excited to watch this. It's gonna be a blast.
It'll be something, that's for sure.
It's always something.
It is.
So yep, whenever the two of you are ready, you want to just give us a countdown, we can get going. And
yeah, I'll count it in. The run basically starts when you first move. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
There will be a lot of barking. If that amount of barking upset you,
too bad. That's just the beginning.
Yeah, so the barking mechanic in this game, I think it's probably just meant to be cute, but it actually does push your dog's head up, and we abuse that mercilessly throughout the run.
Mercilessly is a pretty good term. You'll hear terms like big uppy, long neck, bar cover. It's wonderful.
I think those are beautiful tech names, honestly.
Indeed.
Also, every track in this game slaps. It's all bangers and boppers.
Yes.
It really does.
If you're gonna run a game that's like over 2 hours long, it's gotta have good music.
Particularly Fruity Factory, best song in the game. I'll hear no arguments. But this is my second favorite here. Bass lines just slap. So another technique that we sometimes remember, sometimes forget. Good boys bark uphill. Because it lifts the head up and gets you up the hill a little bit faster.
Keeping your head off. Yeah, I got it. Keeping your head off the ground will reduce friction.
All right, here's our first big uppy, where I'm going to go into a... Oh, missed it a little bit. We're a little far out. There we go.
Yeah, there's a trigger under there. You're supposed to just go up the hill and it falls down, but the trigger extends underneath the platform, so...
Yep. So just use your neck to... your weird dog neck, you kind of flick the stick forward and back and mash the bark button. And it kind of gets the body underneath itself and manages to propel your head up way higher than I imagine the devs ever intended. I got it right.
So this is just the tutorial stage. It kind of demonstrates a lot of little mechanics, ways that you can interact with the world around you. So like, for instance, in this one, it shows that sometimes moving things around can have an impact.
I got left.
Yeah, I'll get the right one. This
But yeah,
game is kind of... There's no way to really plan in advance for everything because the physics will do what the physics are going to do. So you're going to hear us calling out little things that feel like nonsense most of the time. Why would we call out which switch we're going to grab? But it's really just because we can't prep for it. Like, I can't just make sure I'm on the left and I always grab the left one. It's just sometimes you get thrown in a direction and you got to plan for it.
There's very few tricks where... Well, I'll be doing most of the uppy tricks, but... Or the big uppies, so we're going long? Okay. All right. But there's very few times where we can plan. Like, the best I could do here if I needed to be on the right is to kind of slow us down by whipping my head around backward. And Oth just keeps moving forward and kind of hoping that stays together if I needed to be on the left instead of the right. So
I'm going to grab the back one.
Yep.
And I'm stretching.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yours stretch. Nice grab.
So most of this is unintended, right? So there's really no notion of being able to like raise your head up any distance. Ledges are intended to gate progress. You're supposed to find other ways to solve problems, but really we will ultimately be able to climb over most anything, and really kind of culminating at the end of the run with doing some of the sickest climbing over things that was never intended.
Yes. If you think we're good at this, you should see our buddy Sean handle this game. He pushes it to limits that I would not have believed humanly possible.
Yeah, the world record for the single-player game is absolutely absurd. I mean, he's down in like the hour 30 range, and it's not that me and Gilder aren't good at the game. It's that he is good at it on a different level.
Yeah.
He has a mastery
alarming
of the physics in ways that you can't begin to understand.
So keep in mind that for co-op play, Oth and I both individually control a head, and we can use like either stick or either bumper on, you know, like a 360 controller or a, you know, X-Bone controller, whatever. And the bumpers make us bark. Sean has to control the red head with the right stick and the blue head with the left stick, and right bumper and left bumper respectively for bark. And he's pulling off not just the same tricks we're doing, but some even more complex tricks, while having basically having his right and left hand doing two separate actions constantly.
We don't need the ball, remember?
Yep, it gets silly.
It's also worth noting that there are some added complexities to co-op play online.
Why are there?
we routinely have some issues with...
We should be good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. Okay, yeah. There's a respawn trigger over here. There's some issues where real minor... What seem like they should be relatively minor desync in the net play ultimately ends up making the run way more complicated. So playing local co-op or playing single player does have some added advantages, but that is not the only reason why his time is like
he's
30 minutes faster than ours in single player.
That's really impressive, yeah.
It's really impressive.
There are certain tricks that just aren't realistic for co-op that allow you to skip much larger sections. Like, you can actually skip the entirety of this intro area if you sort of do this really wild bark and stretch right at the beginning to basically go right back in the tube that you get spit out of. It's just not realistic for co-op, so...
I think we found out it wasn't possible because the thing launches you out farther in co-op than it does in solo.
Yeah. But all of that notwithstanding, you know, Sean and Relic are the world record holders for for co-op, and you know, we were very fortunate when we found this game to kind of manifest this very small community of people working together to make this run really, really awesome. So on top of just other runners, also Calimag, he designed a trainer for this game. So there's actually tools for practicing where you can jump around in the worlds, load up any level you want to, add visualizations for things like hitboxes,
invisible walls, cutscene triggers, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Really, really cool. Cali.
Yeah.
There's really great tools for learning this game. It's eminently learnable and really, really fun.
Yeah, we were talking about that with the Portal runners, the shout outs to the people who make mods like that and practice tools, because it just makes speedrunning so accessible for people. It's a huge benefit to every speedrunning kind of community.
The world record was over 3 hours before some of those tools were developed, and with all the extra information we gained, we were able to make such huge progress.
Oh yeah. So the theme of the game right here, you're wondering why these snakes are yawning. The theme of the game is the 3 things that make dogs go: good sleep, good food, and lots of playtime. So we're in the sleep world right now. We're trying to recover our dog bed from a nightmare who's stolen it.
How rude.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Kirby.
This world is kind of dominated. The main mechanic that we're going to run into is light. If one dog head is holding on to a light orb, the other one basically projects light out, like a flashlight out of his mouth.
It's really kind of cool.
And so, I mean, you know, every world is going to be dominated by little skips and tricks and things like that. But that's the main thing we're going to see here. So not only does the light orb itself emit light, but also while I'm holding the orb, you can see out of Gilder's head, it's like a flashlight.
Yep, and it makes the purple goopy stuff go away. And then, of course, it also helps us live moss. You didn't know this stream was not actually sponsored by Taco Bell, but it is.
There's a lot of little things you're going to see throughout here where we're going to be seemingly avoiding just for nonsense reasons going in weird directions, but usually it's because we're avoiding some sort of trigger. For instance, checkpoints and things like that can only be activated one time, and so we're avoiding activate. I'll let you lead.
Okay, we're going through here, and
it's
far
really
left.
hard to go through the ballasts together.
So we have that. We can reset our checkpoint twice.
What did I...
Whoa, you exited level.
That's fine. It'll let us go back to the level, or to the spot we were, but I selected the wrong thing on the menu really quick.
It's okay.
Menuing is the hardest part of speedrunning.
Oh, God.
It really is.
By far.
Still, somehow, probably because nobody's, like, ridiculous enough to play the game, I still somehow hold the world record for Clash of Demon Head on the NES, and menuing in that game is the most infuriating thing in history.
Yeah.
Because every other frame in it is a lag frame, and it drops input on those lag frames. So half the time you just can't leave the menu.
Where's respawn on the menu? Down. Gotta go down.
Yep. And one more time, and the ball just shows up for us. We're golden.
Nice.
Now we just long neck. I'll
let you lead.
Okay. Hey, let me up there. Dang it.
This game is so cute. I love it.
Should do it. Grab the ball and 4th meal.
There we go.
Living extra moss.
There's lots of little optimizations like that. Like once the game thinks that you should have control over one of the light orbs, for instance, it'll respawn it for you at any respawn point. So you can use that to kind of abuse carrying it around in places.
Yeah. Saves you from soft locking. We were supposed to do a whole big old section of level here, but
we won't.
Yeah, I refuse.
There are death planes all over.
We hit one too.
Which I did not intend to say that as we hit one, but the basic premise of the kill planes in this game are that both heads have to be inside of it at the same time in order for it to kill you. So we are going to try to go through it in such a way that we're not both inside of it at the same time.
We need to be barking, by the way.
Yeah, I think I'm coming off too fast, and so we're oriented horizontally.
Yep. Let me dangle first, and then we'll then I'll pull you out. There we go. That'll do it. What?
We're just twisting in midair.
Okay.
This one's not too bad. It's just
that's weird though. We haven't missed this in a while.
Let me follow you a little faster, and then I think the thing is actually I'm going too slow.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We twisted up. That should have worked.
I'm very confused as to why this is suddenly being rude.
Yeah, this is the one that we don't mess up. So
that's only. Isn't that how it goes?
That's
the stuff you
telling about how the
practice
rest is gonna go.
again. Yep.
Bark further out? What in the world? We both need to bark, by the way, I think.
Okay.
I think we're not doing that.
Yeah, I guess it's probably just a distance thing.
What in the world? That's embarrassing.
It's a speedrunning moment.
Oh,
you know? The thing you're not expecting will happen.
There we go. That's cleared.
Yeah.
Don't fall off the edge, though.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
There we go.
That skips quite a bit. Probably broke even on that, to be honest. But yeah.
Little 4th meal.
Yeah, I think we were just to not gain the distance on. It's so much easier when you run this through the trainer because you can see all the death planes and it puts a little icon over your head when you're inside one of them, so you always know exactly what you're doing wrong. Yeah, and you turn off all the visualizations and.
That's all good though.
Alright, so heading on to the next level.
Speaking of tricks that are a pain in the butt, here comes the first skip in the reading wood.
This one can be a little bit tricky, yeah.
Book skip either goes really, really smooth. Yeah, a book skip either goes really, really smooth, or it gives you fits for like 6 attempts.
Yeah, so like the main premise of this is that we can't, so even if you see like other areas of the level, there's really no way to get directly to them because they're unloaded in specific ways. So we always have to take the snakes to load the next area of the level.
I got the checkpoint first.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. This should work.
Yeah, it looks, wow, we were moving really slowly. What in the world? That was unusually slow down the tree. More right?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That's great trajectory. We're in.
Yep.
Nice.
Lovely.
Okay. Yeah, the inside of that tree is like a slide. We just go over the top of it.
Come on, let me have this. There we go.
Alright, I'll grab it.
Yep, remember you stretch. So there's 2 different types of blocks with these orbs. There's ones that become solid when you shine light on it, and ones that become pass through when you shine light on it. There's the combination of both. So if Oth stretches, and let's go with the thing, I get my head in here, then it won't go solid, and he can just yoink his body back to me.
Which is not really the way you're supposed to solve that. Like it's nicely preventing you from soft locking by making sure that if your body's inside of it, it doesn't go solid. But you're supposed to leave it in between and get it from another angle. But
yeah, you know,
easy to abuse.
You're supposed to do a lot of things.
You're supposed to do a lot of things in this game that we will.
Yeah. So one of the important things to note is when the dogs stretch out, whoever stretched their head will be the one that snaps back. So when I was saying, Oth, remember you need to stretch, but I go ahead, that's so when he unstretches, he'll snap back to me, who's further ahead, rather than me snapping back to him and launching us backwards. So saves a little time just to remember who needs to stretch when for what trick and all that.
So there's a lot going on here. You're supposed to take some light orbs around in order to build a bridge, so you can get a key to go through that door. But let's
I almost got the good snap. Remember to go further up the ramp.
Okay.
For your you, not me. There you go.
Oh,
okay.
I just love how long y'all
weird kill zone situation there, but we've gone over it. Bar cover. Remember, we don't need the orb now.
Yep. The one problem about us being some of the first speedrunners for this game and kind of coming up with our own routes is that it has been very hard to sometimes remember not to do things that we don't need to do anymore because we have new strats.
These guys are great. Ay-ya-ya.
Oh yeah, feel free if you've got any ay-ya-ya emotes.
Whenever we pick up an alarm clock, all they do is scream ay-ya-ya, ay-ya-ya, over and over again.
The whole time. Alright, so
horrific.
this is a mechanic that we don't actually get to see again because we're gonna for the most part just skip it. But these guys, when they're asleep, they're dreaming of like doors and walls, and those doors and walls will actually block the passageway. So you're supposed to wake them up.
Oh, we've missed. That's alright.
We usually miss that.
Yeah, that's true.
So many ayayas in the chat. Thank you all. So it really helps us out.
Oh,
we're going. Okay,
I took a wild angle on that one.
We need to go a little more right, slightly more right.
The camera is so untrustworthy there.
It is. Okay, there we go. Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Are y'all able to control the camera at all, or
No.
no? Okay.
It's entirely decided for you, and I mean, you know, it's mostly just an issue of when the camera twists, knowing exactly what direction you're supposed to kind of adjust for. It's minor, but it's mostly just a matter of practice, which we're a little out of.
Is that us?
Nope. Okay, so it's going to look like we don't really know what we're doing rowing a boat here. But this alternating movement actually makes the boat move faster. I'd love to offer some speculative reasoning for like exactly how the boat works.
My
But
best guess is
all
that-
we've done is time it. That's all
Yeah.
we've done. We figured out.
My best guess is that it figures whenever an oar is moving in the position that would move the boat forward, then it should move the boat forward. So as long as we're alternating, so one oar is always moving forward, then the boat always moves forward, and we get closer to the moon than ever.
Yeah, it's like 10 seconds faster to do it that way.
Yep.
So sometimes I'm going back to the home hub and coming back. It's mostly just to skip little cutscenes where it shows us the next level. Typically, if going back to the home hub is going to get you closer to the next level than you originally were, then it saves time loading rather than watching a cutscene.
Plus crossing the entire map.
Yeah.
Watch your walkways. This is a fun one, sort of.
This one has some pretty cool stuff in it too.
Keep forgetting to split.
Every stage has had some, when we first learned this game and routed this game, most of the levels we were just playing as intended. I think at this point, there's pretty much no level that we play in any part as intended.
Yeah, this is where
everything's
things
just
get
totally broken.
this is where things get pretty technical. There's this thing coming up that I've managed to do that it's as consistent as I can ever claim anything to be, I suppose. And it's getting up here, and what I do is I do a slight bark lift and a stretch, and then unstretch, and well, we were aiming too close to the castle, but that's the only thing I've ever found to consistently get us the height we need to clear that wall right there.
Yeah, this is
Wow.
not the intended way up.
That's awesome.
That's not even a little bit intended. We'll wait.
We can halt. Oh, we can? Okay, yeah, we'll wait.
We probably would have been fine, but
Yep,
I'd rather not race this guy to the checkpoint.
that's true.
These guys, when they spot you, they grab you and they'll take you back somewhere. And sometimes you can knowingly get caught and just race them to the next checkpoint. This is also not the intended way up, but if you kind of just slam your body against this wall, the gravity will swap for you.
All right, remember, I need you to let go of it first. Oh,
Sorry.
too close. All right, gotcha. Supposed to get that thing there. Oh, good lord. Live moss, please. There we go. Almost missed fourth meal. Can't do it. Dogs got to eat. Now, granted, fourth meal is combining the eat zone with the sleep zone, but, you know, dogs do that frequently, I imagine.
All right, this is like a hell section.
It really is. This trick
swinging
annoyed
across
the crap out of
those
us.
bars. I'm so glad we don't have to swing across those bars anymore. That's a
Percent
nightmare.
check. Yep, it is. Yeah, you're supposed to grab those bars, individually swing from bar to bar, trading off who's grabbing which bar. And then I think Sean or Rare figured out that you can just bar cover off of that, switch the gravity, and everything's gravy. You never have to do that section.
Love it.
He has me. Yeah, there you go.
We have to get one clock over here, and he'll never let both clocks go past, so that's why we have to bring two.
Ay-ya-ya.
Yeah. I love that. This game is so fun to watch.
It
Like,
really is.
it seems
It's
really
incredibly
cool. Yeah, and it's amazing how many strategies there are throughout it. It's just it's so technical and so just fun to watch as a
Yeah.
viewer who
Here's one
doesn't
of those-
really understand how the game works.
Here's one of those intended things followed up immediately by a non-intended thing. You do have to get caught by the bird, and then we just kind of big neck over here and
Just gonna wiggle
skip a
over
whole
this
bunch of
way.
crap. There you go. We should have the check.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
want to be sure.
I'm ahead.
You lead. You are ahead. A dog
I am
head.
red. Yes. All right, this is the one that I have hecked up a few times lately.
Yeah, we've been having trouble with this one. Just the idea here is that we want to land on the spine of this book here because we'll avoid a cutscene if we can get up here and go across.
Nice, we did it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if either of those birds spots you, it plays a cutscene where it shows you this really sick dragon. We don't care about the dragon.
Yeah, sorry, dragons. We got no truck with them. Reset.
Missed it. I'm trying to catch
Nice.
this clock in a really unintended way. There we go. That was quick too.
That skips one of the most annoying
Wow.
puzzles in the game. Plus, one of the most annoying. The old speed strap for it was also just bang your head against the wall annoying.
Every version of that puzzle there was a nightmare to actually do.
That was
Doing it
really-
correctly. Yeah. You're not supposed to be able to grab that clock. There's like an invisible wall between you, but if you sort of orient your head in just the right way and grab at the right time, you can grab it. But sometimes it's like really finicky. Like it doesn't want you to be able to pull it and swap the gravity with it. So it's one of those really temperamental tricks.
It is. And now another level with really temperamental tricks. Oh, this is.
And
this
for our
one's-
next act,
Yeah, this one's mostly the Gilder show too. I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay.
all right. So this is probably the most broken level in this world.
It is.
Ooh, I'm
Get on this
excited.
side of you. All right, so I'm gonna be
We're
going
gonna
off the
do
edge
none
here.
of this as intended.
Yeah. I'm going off the edge here, barking until we hover onto an invisible wall. Ooh, we hit the. You got hooked up a little bit. Stay back
Yeah,
just a touch. Don't go
I
so
was having
early.
a hard time getting over the wall there.
Yep. Okay. There we go. Get myself hooked over the invisible wall. Off stays up top. I unstretch. Then big uppy while hanging. Oh, nope. That didn't uppy at all. Weird game. Let me back up. There we go. Big uppy while hovering over there. There's another invisible wall we're clearing.
Yep. We're skipping to a very late part of the level.
Hold us.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a really unorthodox way of pulling myself up there, and that's the first time it's ever screwed us.
Yep. Let's go that way.
Just gotta...
To be fair, the game really doesn't
Well, I
want you
actually
to
made
do
it.
this.
I
The
made it
game
in one
really
this
does
time.
not want us to do that.
The game-
This is legitimately skipping like 4 large sections of this level. Okay, so we're in a later part of the level now.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to stretch down here to spawn.
It dragged me off.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't lose that much time to get dropped off there.
Yeah. Off can actually spawn the rest of the level and we can just stay up there above those scissors and skip having to go through this room right here. That's about it.
It loses like 15 seconds just going through this
Something
room.
like that.
All
The
right.
physics are being very pulley today.
Yeah.
I got left and I do the stretch.
Okay.
Those scissors are also a real treat to work with a lot of the time. Particularly for me, I'm off. Like, y'all can't see what goes on my screen, but off host has some moments while we're trying to live Moss. Off host can result in some real interesting physics that off never sees. They don't happen on his screen at all. While for me, the dog is launching itself halfway to Jupiter, and
Wow, that's actually really funny.
it is. I said last night in a future level you'll see in the play world, we were using this giant slingshot thing to launch to pop some balloons at a carnival. For me, or for Oth, everything was like normal and he just missed a shot. For me, the slingshot launched our body straight up and locked itself in the ceiling with me.
Let me grab it first.
Yep. All right, we're trying to skip a cutscene here. This is a pretty temperamental trick. Ooh, we didn't get the launch we need. Nope.
I think I'm getting a little bit of choppiness just from sharing my screen on Discord.
It's possible, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I ended up in the ceiling. The slingshot got stuck in the ceiling. Somehow Oth was using an invisible slingshot to still pop balloons.
Yeah, on his screen,
I don't
he was
know.
like, wait, it's still there for you? Like, you're still
Mm-hmm.
playing the game? I'm like, yeah, it's fine for me.
Remember, we set our checkpoint in the middle of the blue rug there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this dragon. What a friend.
He is.
I am
Dragon
a
is
fan
very
of
friend-shaped.
dragon.
Living moss is also friend-shaped.
True.
I'm just dreading knowing what we're coming up on.
Oh yeah, this is the Oth show. You know how like
Yeah, not the next level, but the level after this one. But
oh, that's right. That's right.
There's a trick coming up in the last level in this world that is.
I tend to do.
Who
a
knows if it'll
lot-
work? Who knows if it'll go well for us today? It's really anyone's guess.
The way the system works is I tend to do a lot of the heavy lifting, just by nature of being slightly better at the big uppy than Oth is. But there are some tricks that I am absolutely terrible at, and Oth is really good at. And one of them is
pretty much
probably
anything that
the
requires us to
second most
climb a lot of height. Gilder does. He's got a real feel for how to get the height he needs, so it works better that way. But
yeah, the one that we're talking about is probably the second most difficult trick in the game, I would imagine. The last
We're
one requiring the both of us. to do some really silly coordinated stuff.
All right, so we're just avoiding doing a small puzzle here by climbing up these rather than like turning a key and getting a machine going.
Hey, let me up there. There we go.
Looks good to me. I think that's it.
Yep. Hey,
All right, you just keep going forward, and I'll grab and stretch.
you got it. There's a way to skip this, like this clock hand right here. Trick works like 1 out of every 58 times.
Oh my goodness.
I don't do it anymore. Oh, that's a real good one.
Yep.
Nice.
It'll
That's probably the
stop
best
right at the wrench, so if we can get the wrench to like throw into position, then the clock hand doesn't get in our way.
You can use that little divot that we're passing by to sneak under the hand and not mess with the wrench at all, but as I said, it's very temperamental. At least for me. I'm sure other people have gotten it more consistent, but... Up and... First try.
Just make sure I get my head up before you. There you go. Go. It's way harder for me to get my head up if.
Yeah, once I come down the ramp. Yep.
Once he comes down the ramp. So.
I'm thinking tacos outside the bun.
No free advertisement. Wait until they sponsor us.
Come on.
So true.
Taco Bell, we're waiting. All right, we going for the big bridge after this?
We can go for it once, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
You used to have to do this puzzle too.
Yeah, there's a little puzzle.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool puzzle. I mean, if you do those sort of things. Puzzle doers, who are those?
Physics were getting a little squirrely on me there.
They sure are. Unfortunately, snakes can't have fourth meal. They can only have weird balls of light.
If we get lucky and we're here on a good cycle, this bridge can fling us in a way that saves a little bit of time.
Barkus already scared. It didn't fling us at all. Stay in the middle, stay in the middle. Oh, good save. That'll work.
Nice. That looks
Faster than it
sketch.
should have been.
It
It
is.
was very.
Sketch is literally the only way to describe that.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. 5, 6, 5. 5.
I learned how to
I didn't
tell
know
time
dogs
on a
could tell
clock.
time. This is
I learned how to
impressive.
tell time on a clock just for the speedrun.
Wow.
And let go. You're good.
A true educational game.
It is.
So this is the greediest snake in the game. He wants to live Moss, and he needs an ayaya alarm clock.
Yeah.
It's a mood.
I still got it. That was.
No. Go away, ball.
I just want to go in. Just let us in the snake.
All right.
It's time for the Oz show, everybody. This is.
I'm going to
seriously, this
pull
is
my
amazing.
screen share for a second. I'm getting like a lot of choppiness, and this is like the one place where I can't afford that. I'll reshare
It's
in
true.
just a second.
It's
Good.
true.
This is like the only place where it really makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
For me.
Unfortunately, I'm on a 2 PC setup, so I can't share my screen properly. Whoop. All right. So, if all goes well, we don't play this level.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Okay.
If all goes well, we just skip the heck out of everything in here. If all goes poorly, we'll still play a good 40% of the level, I'd imagine. But
All right, so this is going to significantly abuse the physics engine in this game.
it's understating it.
It's not. This is not. This is a nightmare trick. So I'm trying to like fling myself up and over this wall.
Basically, what he's doing is stretching and unstretching the neck at just the right time while kind of being.
Let me reset on this one.
Yeah, you're fine. While kind of being like draped over this, I don't know, pillow type thing. So he'll stretch at max, then unstretch, and then restretch on the way up. And if we're lucky...
Ooh, that was close.
That was really close. If we're lucky and desync allows for it...
Okay, reset.
Yep.
We said we'd give this a few tries, and if it doesn't work, we'll just play the level, quote-unquote, as intended, but...
Yeah, this looks quite precise.
It
this
is.
trick is...
I think we go for it a little longer than intended because you're super close, man.
The thing is that like there's the longest your body can get, and this requires longer than that.
Yep.
Simply overextend.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me, I would just be a long dog.
Right. I would just be taller.
Just be taller, forehead.
The real downside to this trick is that ultimately it's heavily dependent on, or heavily reliant on, the netcode. Like sometimes the netcode will abide by it, and sometimes it just won't. There's sometimes where like it'll get squirrely in such a way that the body gets too rigid and doesn't allow us to stretch in the way that we need to. And some days I can get this on like the first try.
Physics games just be like that sometimes.
That's true.
Oh, that felt so close.
Oh, that's golden. That's golden. There we go.
All right.
And now I just bark my way up the wall while he pulls over.
What a nightmare.
Amazing.
And huzzah! There's another really, really risky skip that we could do, but we're not going to do. I promised I wouldn't do it.
Don't do it.
Where we can go up that side of the wall and grab the ball early. However, if we grab that moon and it falls off the track by, you know, some reason, not anything I would have done, clearly, the game soft locks. The ball will not respawn.
Yeah, if Gilder breaks the puzzle, then we have to start the level over, despite having made it over the wall successfully.
Yep. Puppy, allow me.
We have a question from chat. How much time does that save for going around?
This level's like maybe 5 or 6 minutes long, so if you can get that first try, you're probably looking at like a 4-minute time save, maybe more.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we don't like playing levels as intended, so there's that bonus.
I mean, for what it's worth, you watched me do that probably for like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and that was still significantly faster than doing the levels. Even with the skips that we know, that was still significantly faster than doing the level.
That's great.
Speaking of skips, here comes Nightmare, the first boss.
Yeah. So,
and oh man,
at this point in the speedrun, we don't do any. Well, I guess you could argue that we do one of the bosses as intended, but they're all pretty broken. And this one's a pure platforming boss. So this boss is just get to a specific point. But we're going to make it significantly harder on ourselves, because why not, by avoiding certain cutscenes. Those cutscenes also make traversing the level easier, so in the process of trying to speed this up, the level is going to become more difficult in the process.
Did you reshare your screen, by the way?
Good, I can see it.
Okay.
We all good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I heard Tech turn on the screen share.
Gotcha.
I can see the cute dogs. Yay.
So the main premise of this fight is we're fighting a nightmare. The king is having a nightmare, and we are fighting the nightmare. And in order to do that, we need to turn on 3 lights. We're going to turn on none of them.
Yeah. Turning on lights is for chumps. All right.
That's about right.
It is. Grab, go right.
Okay. For some reason, there's a trigger to get the next checkpoint way down there. It makes no sense.
Wow.
So the way we fell off the boat, we had to fall through a kill plane in order to hit a trigger way down there that for some reason moved us up a future checkpoint.
I've got the post. You go low.
Yep. All right, and here's where we start to use some really weird techniques. I think that's probably it.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, I'm staying back pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
So this switch that's right next to us would turn on the lights and would help us progress the rest of the level. It's the first of 3 switches we need to hit. But every time we hit that switch, it plays like a little 15-second cutscene of like us dealing damage to the nightmare.
So I missed my ulti badly. Whoa. There we go.
So we avoid all the switches. It just makes the level more difficult because it doesn't turn on the lights for bridges and stuff like that. I'll let you go around. I'm not going to follow.
Sounds good. Remember, just let me get almost to the very, very tip top of the ramp and you can reset our checkpoint. Not quite yet. Okay, you're good.
You can kind of get an idea of how getting a trainer mod made this speedrun so much faster. is because we learned where every single cutscene or every single respawn trigger was exactly, and so we can abuse that pretty well.
Yeah, just gaining all of that information to then be able to route things is just huge.
I took it. Come on. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, it is huge. Like it blew the game wide open. It really did. So big thanks to Kali Mag for making that.
I'll do it back here.
We can go over the edge here, but it's a little bit risky.
It's temperamental. It abuses the way the gravity system works in this. When you go up those sort of ramps right there, it actually changes the gravity fully. So like if you fall off the side while you're kind of on a rise like that, the gravity is actually a totally different direction. So you fall in a weird direction.
I won't do it.
I know. Thank you. You can climb over the edge and grab this a little faster.
Yeah. At everyone, live Moss!
Like, this cutscene doesn't play properly because he was supposed to have been damaged several times that would have, like, pushed him back. He's supposed to be properly in frame right now, but he's not.
Love this.
There he is.
There's the
Hi, Nightmare. Hi, big fella. Yeah, so we were supposed to... we kind of skipped a whole bunch. The reason that we didn't risk that last ramp skip that we were mentioning is we risked it last night and tried to reset checkpoint, and boy howdy, do you not get a checkpoint for quite a while.
No, way far back.
Yep. So now we have our dog bed back.
Yep. The first piece of the triumvirate.
Mm-hmm. And I should remember to split. I'm not going to save these splits. They're going to be so jacked up. I keep forgetting. We haven't run the game since April until the show. So.
All right. So our next world is Play World.
Yep. Our ball has been stolen by Frederick von Fun. His last name is Fun, despite it starting with FU.
F is for friendly.
Yes. Fun, and not any other words that you might think. His boss
So
fight
again,
was...
when you enter a world, it plays like a really long cutscene saying, "Welcome to this world. It's super sick. Also, your first level's over here." So we just dip.
Yeah. Nobody has time for cutscenes.
The second, well, a slightly easier skip perhaps than the one that we did at the end of the previous world's coming up pretty soon, but we'll see that in a moment. This world is kind of dominated. The main mechanic is that there's going to be a lot of little games to play, and as we play those games, it will give us little capsules that will earn us stars. And the passage from one section of the level to the next, in pretty much all of these levels, requires us to get all of the stars. So we have to play all the little games.
However,
we'll see that there's small ways that we can speed things up. Like, for instance, we don't actually have to, like, collect the stars. We still have to play the games.
I'll go right, or left,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm on the right.
Okay, I got the stretch.
Nope.
All right, ball, Y. Me, Y. We're good. Just go. Ball's in. Let's go. Unstretched.
I didn't even realize the ball was going in the right direction. I was like, Gilder, where are you going? I was so fixated on it.
Oh my lord, we're doing a Three Stooges routine. You go this way, but there's only two of us. All right, remember, I am up dog, you're downward facing dog. Yep. We have to move this like a stick in opposite directions to pop these capsules open.
Yeah,
So that's
it doesn't really care about our orientation on the capsules, just that we push
up
in
and
opposite
down
directions. So
I
for
see.
every single capsule, we've just memorized. I always press down, he always presses up, and it opens as fast as possible.
Yeah. And I get to make an up dog joke, and I'm very happy about it. My sense of humor is stunted badly.
Okay, so we are going the long way around to avoid a cutscene that's going to play that would show us how cool this area is. Look at all the cool games you can play. So we go the long way around just to avoid like a 20-second cutscene.
I think it was longer than 20. I think it was like 25 or something like that. I don't know.
It was a really long time.
Really long cutscene.
So we don't do that.
Yeah, heck with that. Left side of the sign?
Yep. So our first game is the claw machine. He has control over moving us along the ramp. I'm going to grab things out of the water.
Mm-hmm. And put them in bins.
Oh my gosh, I love all the little duckies. They are friends.
Go back for the blue.
I'm doing.
Because we need a blue for the next one, so I don't want to have to...
Correct.
Pump for that one.
All right. Off can just grab that one. As long as we start checkpoint when he's right above it, we can just go. And we don't need to pick this thing up.
Nope. It turns out that the game doesn't really care whether or not you open all the capsules, just that you produce all the capsules and open the last one. So,
in most cases,
nice.
there's one.
There's a few. There's a few.
One case where it does care. I forget which one.
Yeah.
Okay, this game went to Mars last night for me.
I'm gonna go for the right ones first.
Okie doke.
Trying to get the double.
Ah, no twofer.
Keep going back.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. Middle one.
Oh god, it was so close.
Oh, you haven't. Okay.
Yeah.
These kind of devices, these little like physics objects we interact with, tend
work
to
great
be
for the
what really
host.
makes us desync a lot.
Yeah, they work great for the host. They work not so great for me. It's weird because Auth and I live in the same state and we both have decent internet, so you'd figure we'd have a reasonably good connection, but for some reason between the both of us,
I'll
stuff
point
just
out, by the way,
happens.
that it's not a big deal for casual play.
Oh yeah.
It really only matters when you're really trying to optimize things.
Oh, I'm going. Gotcha.
Someday you'll just have to get together and do an in-person one, and
We
then
will.
it'll be perfect.
You go to the middle one.
And you handle everything else. Let's not forget to get our checkpoint here.
Yep. Good call. That's the checkpoint.
Oops.
I'm gonna grab this side.
Right, I will stretch. Oh lord, that might have flung us real hard. Oh, hello. Can we get back on? There we go. I am stuck under the island.
Which is why I'm pulling you up.
Thank you. All right, I got the middle. Okay, I'll grab this end of the hose. As soon as the ball is moving well towards the hole, we can reset checkpoint.
Right.
Okay.
And so we'll open this one, and when we go to the next snake, we'll see, or worm, whatever you want to call it, we'll see that all 3 stars have been collected. So we didn't actually have to open the other capsules.
Yep.
We need to swing wide
Oh
to
yeah.
avoid the cutscene trigger. The cutscene will still play, even though we've well moved past it. We never touched it, so if we touch it now, it'll still play a 20-30 second cutscene for us.
It's amazing.
Fun house time.
This funhouse is pretty cute. There's a neat puzzle at one part of it I'll point out because it all happened so fast that none of it will.
Let's remember to open our capsule today.
I do really love the colors of this part of the game. It's
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very vibrant.
It's even better when you get to that like 90s synthwave aesthetic in
Oh,
the
no.
next part.
Ooh.
Yeah, they absolutely nailed the.
We have never had issues with these bouncing balls like hitting us and pushing us around. I
goodness,
can't
we're
begin to
outside.
describe to you what's going on right now.
Yeah.
They
Goodness.
have never once collided with us and messed us up in any way.
Nope. Arr. I do love that the dogs like growl and snarl when they pick up the.
I think
When
this
they
is
grab
kind of a
levers
cute
and stuff.
puzzle at this part right here. You can't see the switch, but if you look in the mirror in the back, you can see it. There's a switch right here that's invisible. I just
Let's remember to
cute.
collect our capsule.
We will.
Remember we skipped that last night. That was.
Yeah, last night we just moved on in the level and realized we never got the capsule, so it didn't
Yeah.
open the next door.
And neither of us were to blame. It was, or well, both of us were, I guess. It was one of those things where it's like, I totally forgot that existed. Me too. Uh oh.
All right, so the next level is probably one of, we keep pointing out like really big skips. This is another really significant skip. So the next
It is.
level is called Putting Pirates. It's a golf game, and it's actually really cute. And we
It
will
is.
not play it.
Yeah. I refuse.
Classic.
I hate cute golf games.
Yep.
Not allowed.
The closest thing I want to do is get ingested and fired out of a blowhole by a whale. and then the rest of golf can go to heck. Don't need it.
That was
Can't
surely a
abide by
sentence.
it.
So
Yep.
the
It
premise
is.
here, is that you start this golf game, and you have to, you don't have to beat this opponent. Actually,
Nope.
you just if you beat him, you'll get an extra reward.
Collectible, a bone.
Yeah, there's a collectible that you can get, and then once you get done with that, there's like a second half to the stage where you become the golf ball. So you're like inside of a ball that you're moving together.
Yep. Imagine collecting collectibles.
And we're just gonna do none of these things that I just described to you.
As I said, this
first
whale
thing
will
is
now
that-
ingest us
Yep.
and shoot us out the blowhole.
The whale opens its mouth when you finish the first hole, but it turns out that the trigger for getting that to work. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of the ball because I need to grab it as it's respawning so I can move it. Okay.
There we go. Oh, not today, shark. Oh, you shark.
You're
Shark
not
is the
supposed to be
rigger.
able to move the ball like this. This is not how the
No.
ball works. But we're gonna use it to hopefully do a pretty big skip right here.
All right, remember to go a little bit low, and then we both need to hit the water.
Yep.
Right about here-ish. Yeah. All right, in and bounce out. That might be good. Camera, do your magic. Oh, nice.
Is that gonna move?
Yeah, we should have it.
Yep.
Nice.
Wow, first try.
try.
Wow, that's
That was
awesome.
This is the end of the level, by the way.
Yeah. Now we just
That was
kinda-
not
Whoop.
how golf balls are supposed to work. I can see.
Oh,
I'm
I've
sorry. Yeah, I'm pulling
done
against
it.
you in a weird way. This is none of what we're gonna do from this point forward is intended. So yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
do the long body here.
Yep.
There we go.
There we are. Please,
We
go
have
on.
names that don't actually make any sense, but we both know what we're talking about.
Yes.
For like different techniques, whether or not you want distance or height, or whether or not you're trying to like bounce in a certain way or drape in a certain way, and we just like to have weird names for every single one of those things.
It's true. Bar cover's the one that makes sense.
Bar
and also
cover's
the
the only
cue.
Yeah,
one that makes
that's
sense.
logical.
Indeed.
It only matters that each other know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
really.
It's unbelievable that we got that first try.
It
That was
really is.
awesome. That was amazing.
That is really technical and really tricky.
Mhm.
Cool. Nice level.
Indeed.
I'll admit it to you, GDQ, this is our least favorite world, and we're quickly running out of the good levels and starting to run into the levels that we're more or less indifferent toward.
This one became a much better level when we learned through experimentation and through a lot of Sean figuring things out, and Sean and Rare, that 5-star arcade is actually 0-star arcade.
Yep, we will do 0 of the stars.
We do not need stars. Stars are for famous people.
So it's called 5-star arcade because there's 5 arcade machines you're supposed to interact with.
Right.
And we're not going to play any of them correctly, and we're not going to play most of them, in fact.
We play one, sort of.
Kind of.
We enter one.
I do regret that we don't. So I want to share with you that we
Oh,
used
God.
to do a different version of the air hockey game. So there's an air hockey game where you're playing against an opponent. And we used to do this really cool trick where you could actually move the opponent to make him score on himself. It was kind of bullying. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
That
But
guy
now we
right
just
there, you can
kinda-
drag him down so that he pushes the puck into his own side over and over. But then Sean discovered that if you're tiny, you can
can
actually
just
just
leave the
like
table.
force yourself. Oh, actually, he's doing the animation right now for me.
Oh, beautiful. What
So
timing?
small. So teeny.
And there's
So-
like one animation where that guy opens his mouth and the collision blocker, like the thing that blocks you from getting in, like into his mouth, opens for a couple of frames. And sure enough,
That is
I
amazing.
may have missed that. Yeah, I didn't get my head back up high enough. Questionable.
Yeah. We're skipping a little roller coaster ride here, but ooh, that one will work. That should be good.
Sure. Hell yeah. There you go. Nice, nice, nice.
All right. So, the nice thing is that most of the games in this level are actually really frustrating. They're just like not fun. They're kind of they're a little bit annoying if you're trying to speedrun them. And so not having to play any of them is really great.
Yes. So
We're
now
gonna
we need
use
to
the
shoot.
shoot. clip through the next worm. And this one's pretty temperamental, but we've gotten pretty good at it, I'd say.
Reasonable.
Gotta wait for the animation again. A specific animation where his collision kind of changes. He's doing it now. Ah, he pushed me away instantly. Can you move over to the left a little bit?
Sure.
Just wanted to make sure that I had room.
Yep.
So it only requires that one of us gets through, and then the other one can more or less get dragged in at that point. Okay, he's doing animation again. This one looks good. Is that gonna work?
Let us in.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me, game.
You are going places on my screen.
On, he's doing the animation again. I'm just gonna stick here for a second, because
You are super going places on my screen.
yeah, well, I'm kind of going places a little bit on my screen too.
Definitely wiggling over here, yeah.
All right. Game has said no to me. So.
Simply not.
See, that one looked like it was gonna let me through.
It let me through. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't even know what happened there. I'm not
I
supposed
do
to do
not
that
know how
without
you
the
got
shoe.
through, and
I'm not supposed to do that without a shoe. But anyway, eat it, 5-Star Arcade. We'll take none
We're
of your
just
stars.
gonna
Thank you.
accept that and keep grooving.
Nope. I have no further questions.
We'll take none of your stars and move along quickly.
A few of the games in 5-Star Arcade are actually kind of fun. There's a bowling game, which is kind of neat. There's a little like arcade racer, like you're on a motorcycle. That's kind of cute. And the air hockey game became more fun, but there's like two really unfun ones that make skipping the whole thing super worth it.
Yeah, pinball and beer game were awful.
Yeah.
Speaking
the
of
pinball
big
game in
skips.
particular was just god awful.
Speaking of big skips, this one has a bunch.
Yeah.
Some of which are even legacy from Gilder finding them. Who knew it? I'm a real speedrunner, Dad.
We found a lot of skips. A lot of them have been obsoleted over time. Little improvements, little better ways to do things.
Which is why it's always good to have a community running a game.
Yeah, for sure.
And a big speedrunning lesson, don't have an ego. It's okay if your skip gets obsoleted. You still contributed
So we're
earlier.
going off to the right here?
Yep, over the
I'm gonna let
right-hand
you
side.
go and I'll follow.
Come along.
And my body's getting hung up on it, I can see it. Please follow along.
There's a little ridge. Back away a little bit from the wall.
My head is like partially over it. I might have to respawn.
Yep.
Yeah, I was getting like weird desync on that.
All good.
Okay,
There you go. Nice. Same premise as before. We get small, and then we can just jump through the snake here when it opens its mouth.
It's like a little invisible ramp here, so we don't get screwed.
Yep.
See him
Under
doing
it,
animation, right?
there we go. He's on it.
There we go.
Hooray!
There it is.
Off we go.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the strats where one of us, or where we become small and then climb off of the machine, it gets really temperamental. The game, it seems like the game doesn't want you to do that, funny enough.
You know, it's weird. It wants us to play bumper cars, but, you know, I can't be bothered. I just don't like bumper cars. Never liked them, never will.
Okay, first off,
Can't
you
believe
can't
you
say
don't
that.
want to have fun and you want to go fast.
Okay, hold up for a second, though. Are you talking about video game bumper cars or real bumper cars? Because real bumper cars slap.
Well,
Our
yeah,
bumper
real bumper
cars
cars
are epic.
But these video game bumper cars, pretty bad. Okay.
Yeah, fair.
I'm saying. We were supposed to do a crane game here, but those are a ripoff, so we don't do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to use the crane in the same way that we've done like a claw game before. We're supposed to use the crane to move a bunch of blocks into position so that we can like walk across them, but
Yeah, but the arcade pays like 45 cents for those blocks, and we spend $20 trying to get one out of the machine, so we're not going to do that.
yeah.
Oh, come on, let our noodle body go. There you go.
Little noodly boy.
That we are. But yeah, the premise of this, people may remember Cat Dog. This is just Dog Dog. That's all you need to know. Very easy.
Yeah, I've been seeing people ask in the chat if there could be a cat dog skin mod, which I think would be
There sure could.
hilarious.
They're actually, so we can't show them to you because they are not unlocked on a new file. You have to like earn them. But there's like hats you can get.
Oh, that's
dog.
cute.
and one of them is like a cat face.
Yes! Okay. There you have it, chat. You truly can become cat dog.
Okay, so we need to flip this to make the capsule appear, but we're actually not going to go that direction. We're not going to do any of that stuff.
That would be silly.
We're going to go this way. I'm following your lead here. We have to both make it across here to do this optimally.
Oh, and we have not.
Well, you know, as long as whatever. Who cares?
It happens. It happens. It's fine.
Right.
We can just make it over now the cutscene's played, so it doesn't matter.
What are you doing? I was looking at your face.
I'm red. Oh my goodness. How are we shorting that this time?
I don't know.
We both need to go over at the same time though, so I guess I should wait if I get up first. There we go. Now we're talking. There, that's
it's a little bit tricky to do that in particular.
Snake's already open.
One head is like
it automatically collects it.
Oh, nice. When one head kind of lifts up, it does make it harder for the other one to do the same. So having both of us like climb over a wall simultaneously is actually kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a question from chat? What is Oth and Gilder Sneeze's favorite part of PHOGS lore?
PHOGS lore? The fact that we're actually a two-headed dog god.
Yeah, we're actually gods. We'll find that out at the end of the game. I don't mean to spoil it for y'all, but it turns out we're actually gods.
Wow. Okay.
I could say I wish I was joking, but we're not.
That's some spicy lore, not gonna lie.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not the dogs. No, us in particular. The game actually mentions, by the way, Othagloos and Gilder are gods.
It's true. Literal gaming gods. And somehow two-headed dogs, despite what your webcams are telling you.
And we won the trophy.
Wow.
We're so good at roller coaster.
We sure are good at roller coaster. All right. So the last two levels in this world are kind of
our least favorite.
Yeah. They're not bad levels, it's just they're not broken in satisfying ways. They're broken in kind of annoying ways. I don't have a better answer than that. It's just
true.
They're not charming in the same way.
Well, they're still charming overall. Like again,
yeah.
We say we're like doing horrid things to the game and abusing the physics and stuff like that, but the game is actually like I super recommend playing it if you got a buddy to co-op with, or if you're, as I said, you know, like Sean is good at doing games where you control like two heads of a thing doing two different things at the same time.
It has an obligate single player mode, but it feels like this game is built for like having a fun time with a friend doing a challenging communication thing.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a lot more fun, honestly. You know, you're just experiencing the silliness with someone else.
Okay, so here we're going to try. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Let me get the
Boing.
stretch going. Big barks.
We're going over the house.
Screw you, architecture. All right, now off you get big head. It's huge. Okay, back over here. Over the edge. Kind of hug the box a little bit.
Ooh, that was my bad. I went back too fast.
Yeah. All right, over. Ooh.
It's further out.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, now back. There we go.
Close up we get of the dogs here.
Wee.
Okay, so this is another one of those
section.
scenarios where we could get 2 stars to open this the worm mouth, but there's also a little thing over here that makes us tiny. So I think you know where this is going.
I think we know.
He's doing the animation for me right now.
Sick. Get in there.
I think I was too squirrely at the wrong
That's
moment.
fine, I got one.
Good. Yeah, so if I don't know if we said it explicitly, but the animation that those worms do are not synchronized.
Oh yeah, nope.
And so it actually, to our credit, ends up giving us twice as many opportunities to get through there.
If it's one where both of our heads are small.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, come on. Get up. There we go. We're going on the outside.
Okay, going around. Definitely not going to go straight through the middle.
No. It would be faster if we went through the middle, but we always hit the damn thing.
Unless you knock over a domino, in which case it plays a cutscene and gets in your way.
Yes. And nobody needs that. These things alter gravity, so we just bark up a wall.
Yeah, if you look at the little like objects that are inside of it, they're indicating which direction gravity is going.
All right, hang left. Remember, there's a stretchy involved here.
Okay, I'll let you stretch, and I'm gonna bark wildly. That was perfect.
Nailed the checkpoint. Nailed
Silver
the
didn't
landing.
really want to hit the button, but it doesn't really matter.
Fine. We
I
don't
mean,
need
it's
to
still
open it,
faster
though.
than. Yeah. We don't actually need the capsule at all because this is going to be another one of those worm heads that we can just get small and go through.
Ideally, you fling yourself into this purple cage here, but I mean, it's not real easy to predict.
Movement.
Wild luck too. So once again, we're gonna get tiny in the little tiny thing, but and avoid the biggie thing, which is a sad because the big head makes great noises. Oh, bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, you make this really deep, like bow, bow.
I love that.
You'll hear it later.
I do like the tiny barks too.
That was the best uppy I've ever had there. You can
I'm not
unstretch-
stretching. We're just physics right now. Just give it a second. It'll work itself out. I promise.
Oh, nice. Okay, your lead. Don't hit the button. Because I hit the button last night, maybe. Who could say if that actually happened or not? But maybe.
I don't think anyone witnessed that. Surely.
Nah, probably not. Animation for me. Here we go.
Yep.
Bark, bark.
All right.
This thing. This is the thing I always get us killed on.
This is always very scary. Okay.
Oh, we got the second one. We got the second one. Yeah. No, we don't. My confidence. It's too big.
And stop it at the first one.
Yeah. Big up E! There we go. That almost killed us.
Oh, it almost killed us twice. Okay.
Okay.
The middle one goes to the right.
Yep. You shrink that, I'll large this. And we're gonna try to push the star up as well.
Maybe a little. What? Get in there.
Oh, not huge.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you didn't touch it. Only the block did.
Aw, we don't
So
get
they
to
don't
show
get to hear the
up.
bow. Bow.
We do need to open this one?
I think we do. I think that's the one that we can't avoid.
Well, yeah, because we always have to hit the last one. Good boys bark uphill. That's what the notes should be.
Okay.
All right, remember not to go too, there you go. Nice. That
You can't go straight at it because the hole makes the ball too big. So you have to have it shrink first so that when it hits the hole, it's right size.
It was this one we have to pop. Not the other one.
I think we've tested it before. I think you can't skip that previous one.
Okay. Well, I got the balloon.
It's weird.
And now, we terrorize the town. Everybody wake up!
Smooth level. I think one of the bigger reasons why me and Gilder don't like these last two levels for this world is that there's a lot of potential for things to just kind of get squirrely in a way that slows you down for no good reason.
Wake up!
Level, so I'm pretty happy with it.
It's the dog apocalypse. Become as PHOGS.
All right, and then level 6 is the last level for this world before the boss. The boss is pretty cute. The boss is pretty cute, Gilder.
I'll have to see. I'll be the judge.
The boss is a
whose side I'll be
jerk.
on.
The boss is a jerk when you're off host because there's a lot of things that require me to chime in with, like, physics launchers and stuff, but the body's usually halfway into space, and
well, hopefully my controller doesn't come unplugged this time.
Oh, no.
Also,
I was dragging us off in some weird directions during the run last night because of my controller coming unplugged weirdly.
Oh no.
Alright, just using the drums.
That's not gonna give us anything good. Let's aim for the puzzle, please.
Okay, I doubled back for that. Yeah, we weren't getting the momentum we needed.
Yeah,
it's all good.
So the mechanic in this stage in particular is one where you're supposed to freeze yourself into different shapes, and we'll do that a little bit. But for the most part, we're going to try to avoid interacting with those too much.
You gonna bark?
Come on. No, I was like in a weird state where it wouldn't let me.
Oh boy. Yeah, you are snapping me back real hard.
Okay, let's just reset it.
Sure.
I don't know why, but for some reason it was like, nah, you can't bark.
I can just big up you here, by the way. Nope.
Oh, can you? I'm
There's no
sorry.
reason.
I
Yeah,
would
no
not have
reason.
reset then. I was thinking to myself that we were going to have to walk around, and I was like, I can do something faster.
Oh, I've missed it. That's fine. Oh, what am I doing? I'm parking early. No reason. You're too far forward. No, you need backward. There. Now we're talking. Untangle body? Good lord.
Yeah, it's maybe not obvious watching this, but a lot of the issues that we run into as we're doing this very much end up being like small netcode problems, where like from my perspective, everything looks normal, but from Gilder's perspective, for instance, like sometimes the body will go completely rigid in such a way that makes it very difficult to like climb or do something like it. So,
but the weird thing is when something affects my body, even though it doesn't appear on off screen, sometimes it also affects Oth's body, which is why the trip where we big bounced over that wall took so many attempts. Because on my screen, I was turned into like a completely rigid like hot dog body.
This is not the intended shape here, but what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to avoid unfreezing so that we can skip a little bit of stuff here.
And so we have. Back up a little bit. I need a... There you go.
Let's just unfreeze right here. Okay.
Yeah, it's much easier.
That'll do us so many favors. Alright, you're supposed to do some nonsense here that we won't. We're supposed to be in a frozen shape at the moment, but...
I'm gonna stay right.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't get up enough. Weird.
But we hit a checkpoint, so...
Hey, that works for me. Oh, tiny. There.
Tiny.
I love the frozen bark noise. Double uppy. Nice. Hold on.
There's some ways that we can actually abuse that even more than we are. We'll see in a second how we can use that to get at least a small launch for us. You grab the pole, I'm gonna go hit the freeze.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to wait for your head to like get in position so we didn't get stuck on the right-hand side of it, or the left-hand side of it.
Right. Let me be forward. Or not.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know what you were trying to do.
So you snap back to me because you're the one stretched right now.
I see what you're saying.
It's not that important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frozen dog is just amazing. I love this.
It is. So we're supposed to freeze there again to do some stuff, but if you have the power of Uppy, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, the power of Big Uppy fixes all problems. And even if Oth doesn't make it up here, it's fine. The checkpoint's like right there. And it resets us directly on the star button, so we just get the star right away. We do have to open it in order to move that wall, though.
Again, I can't overstate how much the trainer played a huge role in us knowing like exactly where those triggers were to mark checkpoints and things like that. And what a difference it makes to save, you know, let's say 2 seconds on every single checkpoint. You're gonna go off the side?
Yep. Okay. Oh, Lord. Sorry, I've pulled you significantly farther than planned.
That can probably still work. Ooh, that didn't work. I'm just gonna respawn it.
Let me do the stretch.
Okay.
Okay.
So our goal here is to get us a little bit lodged in the ground, and that will...
Oop, just spin us more. Like, continue to spin us. I'm not in the wall.
It's not gonna let me touch it.
Really? Weird.
Yeah, it's... One last try, and then we'll do it as intended.
Okay.
This is just fun to see, so I see no reason not to give it a few shots. This one might work. Bad. All right, let's just do it as...
Okay.
All right, so you're going to stretch out to the top left.
That's right. I forget how to do it as intended, to be honest.
Yeah. We don't do this. Yeah, so the idea there, what we weren't able to really demonstrate is maybe obvious. We were trying to get one of the heads like completely lodged in the ground as it rotated us, and it would have launched us sky high.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
All right, so
it's a little bit temperamental, as I think may be obvious.
Okay, and we just go for the... we don't touch the record. Oh, what?
Oh, right. Sorry. I was going for it. You were trying to save me.
My head is dangled down a little bit, so back up.
If I go...
No, not on that.
Sorry.
You're good.
Whatever.
It's fine. Yeah, my head got dangled down off the edge for some reason, so we're a little bit... It was a little bit harder for me to jump up where we need to be. Oh, that's not great.
Fine, there's a trigger right there.
That's right. I got snapped back real hard. Oh, well. That should clear us. We're good.
Yep. So maybe you watching at home agree or disagree. That's my least favorite level. It's just there's not a lot going on that's super interesting. It's mostly just kind of simple platforming and a few janky things.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
All
sense.
right, Frederick Von Fun.
Dream and Food are definitely the best worlds in my opinion.
Dream was really cool.
Yeah, Dream's real neat. Food is gonna be
Food
food's a good time.
Silly.
It is. It's a good time. And it's full of just like, ignoring all kinds of things. Yeah, we get her out the door. It's a good time of ignoring a whole bunch of things that we're supposed to do.
Yeah, if you thought we didn't play a lot of the game before, you just wait.
Is true. So this boss is the minigame type boss where we have to beat him in a series of minigames, and then we don't play tennis.
No tennis.
Sorry, I hate to tell you this. I know that your tennis lessons meant a lot to you, but tennis is for dweebs.
Pretty much. Dweebs and not cool physics dogs.
I'm wounded.
Hammer first. All right, so Hammer is the one that tends to be maybe the more temperamental one for us.
I got the stretch.
Okay, you're on stretch. I'm on the left. Bottom.
We have to hit 2 of these at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't care about like damage. What it really cares about is that 2 of them are getting hit simultaneously.
I'll go right side.
Okay. I'm like weirdly twisted up on myself.
I got down.
I'm in front.
Yep.
Bottom.
Okay, I'll take top.
This hammer game is getting really out of hand.
It does. Well, dogs don't have hands, so it's fine. I am tangled bad.
Yeah, you're having the same problem I was.
Mm-hmm.
If you go straight, all right, up.
I'm on stretching.
I'm going for the big guy.
Okay. That'll do that.
One of these games we don't really have to play. You'll see what I mean by that. And then the tennis at the end we don't really have to play. So this really isn't that big of a deal. This is the one Gilder hates the most, is because it's very difficult for these physics launchers to work for the guest, the person who's not the host of the co-op room. Like they just don't interact in a common sense way.
They don't. Especially when the because we have to stretch to pull both of them at the same time. When the noodle body wraps over itself, it blocks me from pulling it in a meaningful direction. So basically, I spend most of this particular minigame being very little health.
I was gonna say, where did we knocked over the tower?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Happens.
Man, I was useless on that one. You did most of that.
Kidding? I did nothing. You did everything. You literally
I have
hit
no
every
idea
shot.
what you're talking about because I watched so many of them just go off into space.
I did absolutely nothing.
Okay, so this next one is a shape-making game, and I mean, it's common sense what it's asking you to do. Like, it's asking you to make the shape so you can collect the stars. It turns out that the progress meter doesn't go any faster when you collect 1 star versus 2, so we just won't play it. We'll just
be best friends and stay in a little ball. And when Frederick freezes us,
so you can see that every time we collect stars, the meter fills up at the bottom, but it doesn't fill up any faster if we make the right shape and collect both stars simultaneously.
Yeah.
Which is what we used to do. That's what we thought we needed to do. And then they pointed out that it doesn't make a difference.
Basically, there's
Nothing
little
matters?
pegs. Yeah, there's those little 4 pegs in the middle that you're supposed to stretch around and shape yourself with and all that stuff. Totally pointless. Just get 1 star at a time while curled up in a ball.
And then this is
no
where
way
it
to
starts to
speed
get a
this
little harder because now the shapes become more intricate, and we will continue to not participate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play your game, boss. Nope.
Exactly.
I don't have to do what you say.
Shapes is snug. What's up, Sean?
Yo, Sean, how you doing?
Yeah, lots of community members in chat seems.
I'm sorry,
awesome.
to hear this. For some reason, I was a dingus and didn't open the chat. So while you,
yeah, lots of people seem very familiar and excited to see this game, and I've been having a blast. So,
good, I'm glad.
This is great.
Well, we've got a whole nother world and a half left for you, so
no
worries.
Go.
All right, now is where they really ramp up the difficulty because the shapes turn underneath you. You got to figure out where they're going to be, not where they are. We're going to continue not to play.
Yep, I have no reason. No reason to move. Off can handle this.
I love this.
There we go.
It's actually funny. It gave us the 2 minigames you actually have to play first, and then it gave us the 2 minigames you don't have to play afterward. Because there's one last minigame at the end of it all where you have to play tennis against Frederick. It's going to be a bit of a run.
Hey, Demonic. Hey, babe. My fiance's in chat now. Oh, we missed one. Who knows?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yo, Agronos, what's up? There we go.
All right, this should be our last one, and then we're going to head on to tennis, which is going to be much more broken than this even. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
How can it get more broken than simply not playing?
I refuse to play tennis.
I don't. Okay.
You'll see.
We're gonna even more not play tennis?
Oh, we're going to absolutely not play tennis.
Yes.
So the way tennis works is every time you hit the ball, you get a little bit of
progress.
You get a few points.
And then you can just reset the checkpoint immediately, and the ball resets, and so we don't play tennis. Frederick Von No Fun. How you like that, sir?
These speedrunners just simply not playing the game. I cannot believe this.
Somehow we got credit for that first one when we weren't even spawned. That's great.
The last round of this gets a little weird, where sometimes if we move too fast, it doesn't give us credit for it. So I'll probably play it a little conservatively. How'd we end up all the way over there?
I don't know.
And you can see every time I'm respawning, we're getting credit for the previous tennis ball we hit, so... I think that's it.
Seems about right.
Yeah, there's no points awarded for him hitting the ball back to us. So
that's so funny.
So respawning and just getting the ball to respawn is way faster.
How did y'all figure that out? That seems like a hilarious.
Did not find that
I was gonna say, I think that was either Sean or Rare.
Yeah, it was probably one of them.
So good.
They did a lot of investigation that we missed out on. Things like trying to figure out what the absolute minimum you actually have to do is. For these boss fights, we went into it like, of course they're expecting you to make the shape. Of course they're expecting you to play tennis. Not even realizing that, no, that's just not the way it's graded.
Now step on him.
That's not even the most optimal Frederick fight anymore. So Sean figured out a way to actually
skip
get
all
it
three
so
of the
that it
starting
skips
minigame.
the early minigames.
Yeah,
That's
and then
really cool.
and then you don't play tennis. So all you have to do is not play tennis.
So that is Play World complete, and all we have left is Food World, and then the final, outro
temple, yeah.
levels.
Awesome. It's almost dinner time. I'm ready for food.
The outro levels, which we will not play.
There's a lot of delicious-looking cartoon food in this world, so I think you'll.
There
enjoy
is.
it.
All right.
Keep in mind, the game warns us. Phogs can eat stuff that real dogs cannot.
Yeah, there's a lot of chocolate and grapes and things like that. Don't feed those to your dogs, please.
Yes.
That's a really nice warning that they put in there. That's
Oh,
good.
Calimag
Right at the
found
beginning.
Calimag found the minigame skip, but Sean found a setup. Sick.
Oh, Calimag found it. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Well, the game has had an incredible community effort
Yeah.
to do a lot of things.
It's wonderful.
I strongly recommend if you've got a friend and you want to speedrun, you don't even have. This is not like some sort of weird setup, but I mean, you don't have to worry about whether or not you're good enough. This game is like super easy going to get started. It's fun to play. You can put together a pretty casual speedrun in like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and then there's so much improvement you can make from there.
Yep. We started doing it for a 12-hour, the 12-hour speedrun challenge, and did
So we just go over the
entertaining
rocks.
things to this
To the
game, and then it blew up from there.
Yeah, it's a great run.
It's a lot of fun.
And if
So-
anyone in chat runs other co-op games and you would like to be on the show, you can do !dangerous in the chat and submit to my open submission form. Would love to have you.
Do it. Submit. Join.
This world has a lot of like really nice looking scenery. Like they very clearly put a lot of effort into making the scenery look really charming. And all of it is climbable, and that really is what makes this world completely broken. It's because they put so much character into these worlds, and then they made the mistake of giving it all collision.
I will try the big uppy once.
Okay, we'll try it one time. This is one of the tallest ones in the game, so...
Nope. Okay. I said I would try once. I gave it my one. Yep.
It doesn't really lose a lot of time to just do it this way.
Nope. It doesn't. As long as we actually make it up. There we go. Oh, I did not hit that. Look at that. I did not hit that uppy, was what I tried to say there. There we go. I overbarked. I told you I'm bad at that. Remember when you were like, I don't know how I always get the golf ball correct?
You
I'm
got
bad
really
with
consistent at that
pressing.
switch. I believed you were incapable of messing up.
Oh no, I'm very capable of messing up.
Should never give these things collision is what I'm telling you.
I know, right? This is one that I found. Boink. There's another big uppy here that we're going to not do because obviously I'd rather just do it the long way. And the long way is like 0.5 seconds longer at best. So
That was a perfect impression.
it's a
I love
smart
that.
play. I do my best. It's probably the smarter play to just not do it, but damn it, we hit Strawberry Head, man. Like, you can uppy from the ground right here and catch this thing, or we can just like park here and get a much easier big uppy to grab there and then off. Stretches out.
Okay, doing some physics. Just give me a moment while my head goes somewhere.
You get unstretch first and then stretch out.
I will
It's
never
wrong.
unstretch. You
Okay.
can't make me. That's what cowards do.
Fair enough.
Never do this. This is what villains do.
Speedruns favor the bold. Reminds you of Pac-Man raw tunes? Nice. Yeah, Steve. There's Steve, one of the original runners of Phogs.
Yeah, Steve was the very first person on the leaderboard. He made the
push.
leaderboard.
Indeed. Whoop. Remember, I need to go a little bit farther than you think here.
Yep.
That should be good.
All
All right, and then double bar cover, or I'm sorry, double uppy.
Only reason we're going over this corn here is because there's a really big
Another, like-
volume that triggers a cutscene that we really don't want to watch.
Nah.
It's a relatively long cutscene in the grand scheme of things, so we would rather not.
Exactly. It's, I think, 17, 18 seconds long or something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
we timed it. We timed that there was really no way that any skip could be long enough to not warrant doing it.
It does, Carrie. This game is absolute slapper all the time.
All right, I'm gonna stay pretty far back.
Yes, like right about here is fine. Oh, I've dragged us, but we're good.
I saved it. I'm
You
a
did.
genius.
No, that was actually really good. Well done.
I'm the smartest man alive.
I say actually as though you don't pull like good moves all the time. Or something
Perfect
like that.
synchronization. Planned from the start.
That
That's
cutscene
jumping.
is like wildly long though. It's just it's so long.
I think this was one where we're supposed to save and quit, but it's already halfway
Yeah.
through.
There's a handful of these ones on the overworld that I don't ever remember which ones are faster. Sean put them in his splits for notes. That was genius.
It was.
Brilliant. What a brilliant guy.
Oh, good. Here's okay.
Okay, yeah, this one gets a little weird.
Here's my least favorite one, and there's a possibility, just a small possibility, that the something that will let us get to the next level just won't spawn, and we're gonna have to try to remember Gilder's amazing backup strat for getting to level 3,
It can happen.
which I haven't done since April.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is at the very end of this level, there's like a
Yanked.
I don't know where I am or what's going on in my life.
That's a mood.
There you go.
Okay, so there's like a puzzle right at the end of this level where sometimes if we get a specific type of desync in that puzzle, the game, as best as I can guess, doesn't mark the... Go up on the ramp. You
Okay,
wanted to
yeah.
do it that way.
That's right. Yeah, it was easier this way.
The game doesn't like mark the level as completed in such
Got
a
it.
way where the overworld updates to let him into the next level. So like I'll see the next
basically-
level being open,
yeah.
and I'll see
Well,
a ramp to get up there,
I
and
can tell
he
you exactly what happens. I can tell it, like at the end we have to get one of those acorns, and there's these little guys called munchlets right over there. There's a couple of them chewing on that jumpkin. The munchlets, they like beeline for these acorns. They love them. They're
They can't
hungry
get
all the
enough
time.
of them.
Yeah. And there's a time there's a type of desync where I can grab the acorn, and on off screen it gets eaten, and on my screen it's fine. And if that happens, the ramp to the next level won't spawn, and we won't be able to continue the run.
Well,
without-
we can
without doing
continue
some
it,
sub.
but it will be under some duress.
Yes, it will add lots of time to the thing. Here they are, the little jerks. You can see that they're hungry for the watermelon. They're hungry for the jumpkin. We
They're
don't
happy
care.
to tell you what they're hungry for.
Yeah, we're supposed to let them out and stuff like that, but
And they'll clear a
We can
path for us, but
yeah, but we can just do this and ignore all that crap.
I'm gonna let you lead.
Sounds great.
There is a skip to skip this little minigame. First off, why would you? The minigame is fantastic.
Minigame does
And
own.
second, the skip only actually ends up saving like 1 or 2 seconds, or it's something really small. So we're gonna play the minigame because this is super good. We have to win the eating challenge, but the game doesn't care if we cheat, so we will cheat. I'll eat some of their food too.
We will cheat mercilessly. 51,
Yes.
not bad. One off of our best.
If we don't get at least 50, I'm ashamed. So
Munchlets are a bottom tier game object. Strong agree. And then we just go off of this thing. Oh, I didn't park. Hold on. There we go. Big snap. Now, last night when we were doing a practice run, somehow Oth stretched out here, and a blueberry from the eating contest appeared in the middle of us, and my body went to the moon. He has an invisible acorn right now, so that's great.
it's gone. It just rolled off the side.
Oh, well, that's fine then. I can't see it at all. The new one
There's some
hasn't
good
grown
news
either.
for you. I can't see
there
it
it is.
either, but mostly because it's gone.
There we go. Good times. I can see it again. Hopefully that means we've resynced. And we won't have an invisible level 3 ramp.
I say we just go ahead and, unless we find ourselves in some wildly fortunate situation, we just plan to corral a few of those guys.
Okay.
That will prevent us from having to worry about desync, at least.
If they all spawn on the left, then we're going for it, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so this is kind of a
slightly out
weird
of
trick.
position.
He needs to get unaided height to get on top of this tree right here, and that'll skip about 2 or 3 puzzles.
I need to remember not to move either. That's like. Oh,
but he
good
has
lord,
to get a lot of height without the support of like a wall around him that would help him, which is really tricky.
No, the other thing is I need to go straight up, which is the more tricky thing. If I go over too early, then I bonk into the there we go. Then I bonk into the broccoli and I'm in a
Okay,
bad.
we can probably salvage this, but
yeah, we
it's
can.
gonna be tricky.
You are snapping me back really hard.
I'm barking without moving. It's the camera that's really gonna give you that biggest hard time.
I can't pull you.
Yeah, I'm in a bad spot.
Let's reset. That's fine. No, whoa, no, not the whole thing.
Well, I wanted to see whether or not there was a.
Oh, there's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, you're fine.
I figured it wasn't gonna send us too far back.
There we go. We need the body to go over the
body
broccoli.
has to be draped across this like broccoli tree, otherwise it's impossible to pull up on.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm closest. Yep.
I thought I was gonna steal it from you.
Yeah. Why did it shove us so far over? That was weird.
I tried to do it. I was trying to get near where the thing spawns to grab it in the cutscene. But I threw myself too far.
Oh no. Oh man, the setup is almost good for these guys.
You wanna try?
I do. Grab it. No, we're going down. Remember?
Oh, right. I remember now what the strat is. It's probably too late for it.
No, it's fine. I have it still.
You have it?
I do. Oh, you know what that means, though? That I don't have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. They're eating it immediately. Let's corral them.
Okay.
They're in a good spot for us to just wrap around them.
I'm trying. Where are you going?
Okay, I've got a few of them. Go anyway. I was gonna put them in the pen.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. We were having a hard time figuring out which pen the other one wanted to take them to.
That's true.
All right. This probably can work.
If it grows it.
Sorry, I went too fast.
Well, now they're on it though. Get your butt over there.
Go get the water.
Okay. You have it?
No,
What?
it's not there for me. We're getting like minor desync.
Minor?
Okay. I think.
Run hard left, hard left.
Okay, it's small, but it's there for me.
Yeah, small is enough. That'll open
And
the
they
snake.
just ate it out from my hand. I know
What?
we'll get
How?
desync.
They're near you.
Sorry, I know. I can't help you there.
Uh-oh.
I can't. There's nothing I'm gonna be able. There's no answer I'm gonna be able to give you
hate
that
these
doesn't
little
The
words that
munchla's
I'm
the
not
worst
going to say
thing.
on the GDQ channel.
The munchla's are the worst.
I can tell you they start with F.
Okay, yep.
Grab it.
Done.
Okay. All right. One guy's not going to give us any trouble, right?
Ah,
We have
Munchla's
tried so
are the
hard to like
worst.
learn the corralling strat so that you don't have to shove them in the pens, and they just there's nothing you can do that makes them not torturous.
it's true. Yes, I see a ramp. We're saved. Classic Munchlet content indeed, Sean. Sean
I
knows.
hate those guys so much. I hate
Sean
those
has to
guys
deal with
so
like
much.
Sean has to deal with them by himself too.
Yeah.
When he's doing solo runs, which is nutty. I mean, absolutely nutty.
We have a lot of suggestions from chat as to what you could have called the things from before. We've got foes, fuzzballs, frogs,
There we go.
friends, featherweights,
good.
and fudgesicles.
None of those rhyme with truck. I'm confused.
I like frogs, personally.
All right, Sunday Springs. So this is where we start to get into worlds that are a little more. It's a little less like vegetation, and it's more dessert.
It's just candy.
That was
Yeah, I don't know what my head was doing there, but it decided it wasn't doing it.
a bit shaky.
It was. There's a lot of things we're supposed to be doing right now. We're not going to. Like, we could give these guys their toolbox back. We could open this and give them a hot tub. Like, Phogs have time for that? Sorry.
Remember to hug the wall when we get up here. Why are we not
We gotta... We got a Skyrim, a strawberry.
Oh no, that
That's a
was
problem.
definitely my fault, wasn't it?
It's all good. We got it. I pull. You
grab
you
it.
go get the thing. My head is caught underneath it for some reason. Okay. Freedom. Let me go. Let me go. So we see the poor workers grinding away at the chocolate mines all day. But Phogs don't have time for that.
Absolutely.
Ah, phrase removed. Yes, that would work.
Lots of colorful suggestions.
It starts with the F sound. I'm fine with that.
Just like Phogs.
Exactly.
We're
We're gonna have to turn on the
They
chocolate.
didn't turn on the water for us, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate, in fact.
When they turn the water on for us, they often get themselves stuck. So it's
They're in a
kinda
good
nice.
position, though. Just grab and pull. It's counterclockwise. Ow. Of course, they run out the second we turn the water on. Hold on, I gotta get the other one.
Oh, I was just gonna try.
Oh, I have one. Whoops.
I think you grabbed the same one I did.
It seems that way.
Why? It won't let me grab. You jerk.
I hate these
All right.
guys.
Yeah, these
Go
guys are-
away. Go away, Munchlet. So they want to eat this bounty thing that we just made.
So we
And
had
that's why
to
we
get
gotta
them
trap
stuck in the
them.
lake.
Big air. Not bad. We've got a really weird skip that worked.
What?
You're
It wouldn't
attached.
let me let go. What was that?
Oh. There's a really weird skip here that is extremely connection dependent, so we're not going to bother with it.
Yeah, we've done some really mean things to this game in this level in particular. We've like climbed over the top of the whole thing and discovered that.
Bar cover, over. Both of us, remember?
Just pull me over.
Okay. Whoops. Too late. Holy crap. What was that, Uppy? That was nutty.
It was like being mean to me. All right.
Okay, you're stretched. Yep.
Of course, he's a little too far away to be easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh
come
my
on.
god. Come on, you little jerk. Get over the
He's
top.
like he's exerting force trying to get to the
Stretch more.
Let me get up first and then I'll
Yeah.
grab him again. He's like exerting force on me, so it was making it impossible.
There you go. We just steal him and do
Once
this.
they get fixated on like eating something, they start to pull against you really hard. We're gonna see that a lot more in the very last stages, where they're gonna pull unbelievably hard on us and make it impossible to drag them anywhere.
Yeah, one of the final puzzles of the game is a thing.
Dragging some munchlets around.
Yes. Well, dragging one Munchlet around, and somehow with both of us grabbing him, he still can fight back incredibly hard. All right, double grab on this thing. Go up. And our strat for this has always been we just go into this thing and aim for the left. And it always puts us out on top. And then as soon as I say words like always,
Yeah, whatever.
it sort of.
That's not, by the way, the intended way to do it. You're supposed to plug the hole so that the platform comes down for you.
All right, now I have to manage to grab one of these guys without grabbing the acorn, which almost never works.
It's impossible. The
Come
acorn
here, you.
definitely gets priority most of the time.
Oh boy.
And
Now we
then
just
we have to
shove his
convince
face
him
into
to
there.
eat the marshmallow here. Come on, man.
Have
Work
lunch,
with us.
man. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let him go.
Are we?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my screen, he had no interest in that marshmallow.
Please eat. Nourish yourself.
All right, we're gonna
All right.
skip all this here.
Yeah, this stuff is nonsense. I don't care for it. Whoops.
The puzzles here aren't bad. It's just they
Good
occur a
lord,
few
come on.
cutscenes that we'd like to avoid.
Gilder, what are you doing? I'm too close to the wall. That's the
Yeah, I
problem.
wonder if I'm in a bad spot for you.
No, you're fine. No, Off just has to get up here and join me. Oh, I missed that one.
Unfortunately, just getting up here isn't going to be enough because you can see in the distance that worm back there has nothing delicious to eat. So we're going to have to,
come on up.
fix that too. Yeah, come around this way.
Gotcha. Remember, it's usually further to the right than you think it is.
I'm still waiting for my head to drape down. Come on. My head is not finding the thing. Hold on. It'll get there. There it is. Okay. Well, we might have broken even on that one, maybe. that was a little. That one got a little bit silly on us.
This game? Silly? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yes.
no kidding.
This is a very serious speed run.
Well,
Hey, one of my,
hey, you'd be surprised. Some people get pretty sweaty about it.
this is my
This
favorite.
next level is probably maybe one of the ones we played the least of.
Yep. It's one of my few major remaining contributions to the speedrun.
These
Is
days,
that,
there's maybe some levels that we do skip a bit more, but we're still gonna play remarkably little of this level.
Yep.
So the premise for Hot Fudge Falls is that there is a giant octopus who's trying to make a delicious soup, chocolate soup. I don't know.
Yes.
And so you go all over the level through different parts of it to get ingredients for him, and that is not what we're gonna do.
Yeah, like, do you think PHOGS have time to make chocolate soup for octopi? Like octopuses? No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, I got mine.
Yeah, I got mine.
Let me bring it down. So we're cheesing this a little bit. We're bringing 2
Big
acorns up because we need 1 later. I'm gonna toss mine.
Yeah.
We need 1 at the top, and we need 1 to get that guy to run on the treadmill to move this platform. So.
How about tried to bark up the hill with you, and I was like, no, I need to hold on to the acorn. It'd be very important if I brought the end of the snake open trigger with me. Be good. That'd be good. All right, so push first, then pull, right?
No, other way around. Pull first, then push.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this was our first attempt at skipping this level, is that area right there in the background is an area that we get to later.
That's good.
And we can go ahead and push it now.
Yep. Yep.
But the real holy grail here is that after you get done making the soup, he kind of unplugs the giant basin in the background here, and you ride off on some waves.
I found out that you can just go over that wall, and then eventually it got refined, I think, by Sean and Rare, that you can just go over those little ice creams at the top of or cream puffs or whatever at the top of the elevator, and who needs to do a level? That's silly talk.
Those rapids, you can't see any chocolate in them now, but they
Yeah,
always have
full of
the
chocolate.
they always have the mechanics for it. So
Double grab on this one because it's tough to pull. There we go. And then you grab, I stretch. Sick.
cool. Not too bad.
Off we go. Yay, my favorite music in the game incoming.
Ooh.
Pretty
Yeah, so
factory.
we have two pretty solid levels,
Base
then a
line.
pretty cool boss fight, and then we're heading into the final area, the outro levels.
I have to take umbrage with your term pretty cool boss fight when referring to Gluttony.
Well, I mean, it's annoying to do well. I just love it because you skip the whole boss.
Well, that's true.
I'm sorry. You tell me we're gonna skip something, and I'm interested.
We'll be taking the more marathon safe strat for skipping the boss. There is a significantly faster strat, but it's also
Pretty sweaty.
really, really temperamental. So we'll take a much well, not much easier, but reasonably easier strat.
It is much easier, and it's still too hard.
Oh yeah,
This is Gilder's favorite music in the game.
it is. The baseline friggin' slaps. I would love to hear I don't know, Family Jewels 7X do a cover of this track. So to prevent desync there, we have to grab, ungrab, and regrab the things. Otherwise, it just doesn't work, and we don't know why. But that's the
Yeah,
only
there's
thing
really
we
no
found in
precedent
combat.
for it, but what we've discovered is that after we re-grab it a second time, it tends to work, so we just always preemptively
Double
let go
grab,
of it
yeah.
once and re-grab. And haven't had any problems since, I guess. So So this level is all about making jam. If you kind of follow along all the puzzles along the way, you'll see the process. We juice the fruits, we bottle it up, we cook it down. There's like a lot of different steps involved, but this level is all about that process. So
we're
enjoy.
supposed to do a big convoluted puzzle up at the top to get a second. Yeah, no, I'm waiting.
Here we go.
One more. Yeah, there you go. Supposed to do a big convoluted puzzle up at the top in order to get an extra, or get a second acorn.
Yeah,
but if we
we're
just
gonna bring
grab
2 with us.
2, and off does something.
Okay, I'm holding on to this one. You grab a different one.
There you go. Got it. Mine goes in the. Oh, wait, you get on the elevator. Mine goes in the elevator thingy. Hello, game, please. Thank you.
Okay. So the game wants you to not be able to bring this, so it has these crushers that if it touches the fruit, it'll destroy
I need to be on the
it,
inside.
so.
There we go.
So I need to manipulate this. Oh my god, where am I?
What are you doing? Just come around the edge.
I'm trying to like get enough momentum to get my head up.
You have pulled me.
Let's
way up. That's fine. We can just come over here and semi-reset. That was the most ridiculous save I've ever seen us do in this game, by the way. I didn't know you could do
This is
that.
great.
Just making it up as we go. What can I say?
idea you could do that.
No.
Okay, now then.
All right. Yeah, so
Professional.
the idea here is just to try to get the crushers to not hit the fruit, because if the crushers hit the fruit, then you lose it, and you have to do this puzzle up here to get a new one.
Yeah,
You're
and this
supposed to do
puzzle's
this
like
up here
a
where
minute
you
and a
get
half long.
one, and you it sends the fruit down the chute, and then you reverse the direction, so it brings it back to you, and it's a little bit time consuming. So if you just bring one with you,
The puzzle's like a minute and a half or so long. Not worth. Bring one with. Save much time.
you're gonna long neck here.
Yep.
I'll sit back.
Okie dokie. I've got us.
So, fun fact while Gilder's doing all the work here. With the creation of the trainer mod, it gave us information about what certain parts of the levels are named. You never get to see those names, but you can find them out through the trainer mod. And it turns out that this area of this level is called Sin's Fortress, and the next area is called Iron Golem, which is, I guess, Dark Souls 1 references, if you're into that.
So this is the Dark Souls. This is the Dark Souls of two-headed dog physics-based games. It's also the only one, but you know. That should be good.
I think it is.
Yep.
Okay, thank God. I was actually worried that wasn't quite far enough.
Nah, that was fine.
I got this side.
Yeah. Remember, we gotta push the pumpkin. Or the watermelon, I guess. Hello, game. Please let us push. Thank you. He says, I didn't have it attached. Like, yeah, there we go. All right, we're good.
Well, I let go. I think you might have attached yourself, actually. I'm not sure. That got weird. Okay, I'm grabbing the water. You stretch.
Why did I emote an acorn, though? I've never seen that before.
Any of the face buttons do emotes.
Oh, I must have bumped it then.
Adorable.
Yeah, not level names. We know the level names because the levels actually like have names in the pause menu. I'm talking about the devs gave names to the checkpoints, so I guess the names are for like regions of the map, and they just happen to call that one part Sen's Fortress. Pretty much nothing else in this game has an interesting name, but that one right there is called Sen's Fortress for some reason.
That's beautiful, honestly.
Oh Lord, I almost didn't make it into the thing. Okay.
So we have one janky trick at the end of this level. It's honestly the one annoying part of this. The rest of it's pretty fine. Really.
It has made for some real big uses of those words that start with F. Oh boy.
So I'm gonna hold on to one of these jam jars. The jam jar is really just to open this door, but you actually also need a jam jar to exit the level. You're supposed to get a different one. We're gonna bring this one, and it's gonna be annoying.
All right. Stay put where you're at. No, back up, back up. There we go. I got you. All right. Off we go. Wait, oh, we went at a really weird time.
That worked.
My stretch has saved us.
Okay.
Fantastic.
That bounce is really tricky. You're supposed to get a jam jar from over in the background back there. There's like a different section of the level.
Yep, that's correct. Witches is right. Yeah. That only one head has to hit a checkpoint in order to get it, I suppose.
Most of the checkpoints in the game are named something like either behind the door or something like that, or checkpoint.
Crank it.
Parentheses too.
Crank it is a good one.
Crank it is a good one.
I do like that.
The meaningful checkpoint that we use to practice the boss of this world is named Crank It. That's why we remember it.
That's
Crank
lovely.
The desync doesn't really
yes.
matter. Like, we both get that information. So if he hits a checkpoint, it marks it for both of us. So it doesn't matter.
But if horrible desync happens, only to me, it can sometimes affect Oth's game, which is really, really weird. There's a cutscene skip here, but we're not going to do it. We're going to just... It's again, a tricky one.
Kind of tricky, and it does save a pretty decent amount of time. You don't have to watch any of this that's going on right here, but it can be a little bit temperamental, so we just choose not to.
It's not marathon friendly. Now we're a candy dog, but candy dog's not good enough. We must become donut dog.
Yep.
Donuts?
Let me in.
Yeah, the game wants us to be a strawberry ice donut with sprinkles. That's the only way that you can get through this door up here, is to be a strawberry ice. Only strawberry ice donuts with sprinkles are allowed through this door, so we had to go through the icing machine.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
Good boys become donuts.
The trigger for actually becoming strawberry ice is at the end of the machine, so you can just stick your head in the end of it. Oh, hey, donut.
That donut's coming with us. That's never happened. Nice.
Oh, I did that too fast. My bad. I'm so used to hitting that so fast because we don't actually have to grab the fruit there.
One of the best.
This is spatula skip, skip, skip.
It is. Yes. Spatula skip, skip, skip. Bark hard. Oh no, we didn't bark hard enough. We can do that.
All right. Well, we're only doing spatula skip, skip then.
No, it's still skip, skip, skip. Oh lord, no, it's not. Okay, we're going up over.
Oh, are we? Okay, my bad. Well, I'm down here now. All right, we can go up over.
Too easy. So there used to be a you used to have to use a spatula to get across there, and then
I don't know what's going on right now. My head is
you're
like,
dangled.
I'm like not hitting a stretch button. I don't know why this is happening.
I am, because I needed to finish the uppie, but I needed you to like follow me over.
Yeah, I think I made us go in a weird angle there.
There we go. All right, we're good.
No.
Save.
Sorry,
Anyway,
that was weird.
You were supposed to go over this spatula thing, and then we learned you could skip the spatula, and then we could learn that you could skip the spatula skip, and then we learned that you could skip the spatula skip, or skip the. I don't remember. Anyway, it became spatula.
You grabbed the outlet.
Skip the spatula skip, you know.
Yeah, it became spatula skip, skip, skip. Don't forget to fill the pool before you switch over to.
All right.
Ice quick. Oh boy, I think we managed. That was sick. Nice, first try.
Well, you need to hit this too.
Oh, do it. Yes.
I mean, you can uppy it, but it's annoying. You can just.
It's true. Over there.
Good enough. There we go.
Yeah, spatula skip.
Yeah, you had to make.
skip
We had to make
is
jelly
fun.
for him with the machine in order to get out this way. So.
It was Nada. Again.
I'm gonna grab the switch.
Okay.
All right, this one's a neat.
I'm in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, this one was found by Not Electa in our chat. Like,
So you're supposed to like bring this up and down over and over.
Lift a little bit more. Left. There we go.
But if it just touches the blade, they cut. So that saves a lot of time.
Sure does. Yeah, if you were doing the choppity thing and waiting for each tomato to go.
All right, so now we're gonna make pizza, and this is gonna be your old-fashioned pizza pie.
Pretty classic.
So first, we're gonna make the sauce. Gotta mix the water with the milk.
Not the salad.
Oh yeah, we're making the
dough
dough right now. Sorry. And then we gotta mix the dough. Sorry, I forgot. The sauce has already been made by the tomatoes.
And we could do a thing like an elevator starts after this, but you know, elevators, much like everything when it comes to PHOGS, are for chumps, and we don't bother with them. We just pleasantly climb over the edge.
So, Flagum, what do you like on your pizza?
I typically prefer, like, meat lovers pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like dog hair, but
yeah. Do you like dog hair on your pizza?
I would have to say no to that one.
Everyone's a critic.
That's
Kind of
unfortunate.
kind of a weird choice by me. I know.
That's unfortunate. We've got to sauce this pizza, and you know,
We're gonna sauce the pizza.
Phogs only know one way to do such a thing. That's to get saucy. Ah, yes.
Beautiful.
Quite.
It's a good pizza. Now toppings. That's an interesting question. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about toppings.
Things like pineapple or perhaps strawberries.
We'll see what we can do for you. If you are a strawberry, orange, and pineapple fan when it comes to pizza, we'll see what we can do for you.
I can't be mad about strawberry pizza. I do speedrun Celeste.
A little bit of cheese. What is going on? We're like weirdly. A little bit.
It's all cheese today. Oh, and a strawberry. Okay.
No more.
No,
Alright, let's go.
An extra
I can't
cheese.
believe we can get a single piece of pineapple on this one.
Look, an extra cheese and strawberry pizza sounds great.
All right.
I'm a little upset that there was no pineapple on this.
It's true.
I actually
Internet
like pineapple on my pizza.
You might as well reset until you
Yeah,
get pineapple.
that's
We
true.
might as, you know, 2 hours. Try this again.
Of course, you gotta climb across the pizza at the end.
Yeah, a little more dog hair. It's perfect. Tony will love it.
Yeah, we've actually been making a pizza for our good friend Glut Tony.
Good friend is a great term for him. Yeah.
And the thing is that we believe in service with a smile. So we're not just gonna make the pizza for him. We're gonna deliver it.
Yep. Phogs are good delivery boys.
45 seconds or it's free.
What are you doing to this pizza?
I have no opinions.
It's vermicelli. True, Kim. True.
All right, so there is a somewhat inconsistent, arguably, you know, if you're like Sean, but
Okay.
arguably a relatively inconsistent strat. So the goal here is that he's so hungry because he's got a munchlet stuck inside of his stomach, who's eaten everything. And so no matter how much he eats, he's just constantly hungry. So the goal here is to get to the very top of the stage so that you can jump inside of his belly and get that munchlet out of there.
Yeah, but we're gonna just become a tapeworm.
Yeah.
And
We're
handle
not
business.
going to go in the normal way, if you catch my meaning. Court, do you catch my meaning?
I think I might need you to explain it more clearly.
I think this is more of a show than a tell.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
will pretty much noodle up his butt into his gut. First try, baby. And then we just
So we're
find the marker.
inside there.
Hey, you got him. Nice. That was a fast fight.
Nice.
So there's like no invisible walls around his body. So if you can
Become
get
as
into his
faithful.
stomach, just like straight through the side, then it works the same as doing it the intended way.
Bye, Tony. We won't miss you. I mean, we'll miss you. Become as tapeworms.
Oh, sorry. I'm just sitting
yeah.
here like enjoying the ambiance when I could be going back to the home hub.
It's true.
So we've
Okay.
gotten everything that makes
Time.
a fog a fog. We've got food, we've
Thank you,
got
witches.
play, we've got sleep.
Yep, we do. But now we have to become gods once again. We have the 3 sacred artifacts. But who is to know if a fog is a god?
God is just dog backwards.
Oh
It's
god.
true.
That's so true. What's fog backwards? Dog. Dog.
Dog. Oh, Kim, it's a wonderful game. It's a very, very fun game. We're doing horrible things to it, but like the game itself is really, really good. If you got a buddy, I highly recommend it.
So this level has the potential to be over quite quickly. So let me give you the quick rundown about what's happening here. This final temple is part of a larger ritual. So the ritual here is that the fogs are being cut in half. We are going to become 2 dogs, and then the goal is to become rejoined. So when we complete this level, we become separated into 2 dogs, and then the next level we get rejoined back into 1 dog god.
And there's a good
Unstoppable.
8.5 minutes of level for that.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Nope. I think our previous best time for this level was something like 14 minutes. That's how long it took us to do this whole level correctly. And here, we're going to try to skip about
Oops, I did not. LP.
6 minutes of that, if not more.
Come with me. All right, remember to stay back. Well, not that far back.
Well, there's a checkpoint I was just trying to catch.
Oh, true, true. That should be golden.
Yeah, that worked. Okay.
Good.
All right, so behind that door is the end of this level. We're not going to go through the door.
Doors are for chumps. So a while back, I figured out that you could get up this thing just by being silly. Because our goal was to try to skip one of those little side doors. You have to do like puzzles to open them up, and then you can get to the level. I figured we could go over top that. And then Sean and Rare found out, or maybe it was just Sean, I don't remember. Either way, found out you could bark your way up here. And
A little more, a little more.
yeah, more. There you go. Okay, and that might be a rough one. Yeah, I missed. It's all good.
Oh,
Yep, we got to fully
just
reset.
drop off. Yeah.
Yep, it's fine.
This is a really...
This skip
Really
saves around
tough
8
one.
minutes, so even if we screw it up a bunch, we're still fine.
We could literally fail this for 10 minutes and still save time over playing the level as intended.
Probably. Gonna need you to join.
You believed in you, so I decided to believe in you.
That was probably a foolish thing. Never believe in Gildersleeves. It will only bring despair.
Bubsy will never win. Sign the management. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
I'm trying to.
This seems extremely intended, if you
This
ask me.
is definitely the way it was meant to happen.
I got a weird bounce. That was on me. I should have reset there.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're not quite getting up against the wall enough, and I'm not quite pushing your head up far enough, I think.
Yeah, this requires our body to be like perfectly synchronized. We have to be
That's
straight
good.
boy.
I've got it.
Oh, I fell off.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, shooting.
Failing. I don't know if we had some wild desync there, but you had fallen off almost entirely on my screen.
On my screen, I was perfect.
Yeah, this looks really technical.
This is really
It is. This is a trick that we kind of theorized for a while would only be single player possible.
Here's what I'll say about it, is the first time we saw this trick, we said, well, we'll never be able to do that. It turns out it's more doable than it looks.
Okay,
There we go.
that's good. Nice!
I'm gonna just bark off of this, and we've skipped
Head back
90%
to
of
the
this
door
level.
to hit the trigger.
Wow.
That's the level. That might have actually still been faster than our PB split.
Probably.
Getting that in a handful of tries. I think our PB did that whole level in 6 minutes. That was probably around the same amount of time.
Awesome.
So
Become as dogs.
So we suddenly
Uh-oh.
became split in half, and that's because we skipped the part of the level where the ritual started, where we got split in half. So for a very brief amount of time, we are two separate dog boys. But this level will not end without us becoming one again.
It's true.
I'm stressed about these sprites, honestly.
I'm so glad that you fell off the ledge when you did, because I was really worried.
Got it? Okay. Oh, let me up. Come on.
I'm helping!
Basically what we did was, like, as long as Oth is biting something while he's got water in his body, it will stop the water from coming out. So basically he goes and fills up on water enough that we can get to his head through that little gap and get to that ball. And once he does, everything's Jake. And we could just kind of skip a whole bunch of the silly puzzle they want us to do there. I'm gonna let you go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that you're getting some sort of wild desync.
Well, I wasn't. I just stayed back. You're good.
I don't know.
Oops. Shit.
What?
Shoot. Goodness. Hold on. Okay. Up.
How did I definitely hit?
You had the checkpoint. Yeah.
I had the checkpoint trigger. How did we go back?
There's no way you didn't have that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's gonna respawn us here. This one's a little bit tricky. We're not doing this as intended, obviously. Theme of the game, but
yeah. Speedrun. Stop us if you've heard these speedrun lines before.
I shouldn't have barked one more time. I don't understand why we didn't get the cutscene though, or the checkpoint.
You absolutely had that. There was no question.
I was 100% inside the checkpoint volume.
You absolutely were. Okay, you're in it again. Let me move forward a little bit. What?
Okay, we're gonna do this as intended because for some reason
I'm just gonna come across. Hang on. Yeah. I mean, I'll just come
odd.
across. All right. Well, you can do that too if you want, but.
Here, hit it and lower for me. Or never mind.
Oh, whoops.
No.
All right. That was. That was not exactly what we were supposed to do at all. Okay. All right. I will do it intentionally this time. Let's go. Both heads need to be across. Wow.
Really?
Oops.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna.
got you.
Yeah, you gotta let me
Yeah. Get it.
become as Crystal, and then I come back and bring you across.
Sticky butt. Yeah.
I don't think we've ever struggled for both of us to get across. I don't think we ever realized that that was a requirement.
Yeah. Pretty much.
We both always made it. Okay, so this is the munchlet that will not give up.
Gilder that accidentally bit the thingy. I hate that.
So I'm playing as hard as I can. You can see I'm making like no progress on this.
Yeah, he becomes absolutely obsessed with that. So I either have to
now
grab
we're
off and pull
both
him,
pulling.
or
Oh, I see.
we need him to eat a crystal over here so we can get this big ball over to the other side.
Yeah, the crystals are currently blocking our path.
No, I don't want him. I want to bark at the ball. Good Lord.
There are some tricks where you can skip this. There's ways to get both players up there to the top. But they're very tricky because ultimately what the requirement is that both players get up on top of that ledge and one of them has water, which is the real mitigating factor. Buddy?
He was not happy with you.
Buddy?
Sir?
No. Absolutely not. What are you doing?
He's
Ignore
focused
this
on the
man.
munchlet.
Ignore this man.
What are you doing up there? I can't get up there now.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah, that's not happening. I'm just goofing. Look at me,
Chaos.
and only me.
Oh,
Look
no.
at me and only me, my
Oh
man.
no, he's coming.
Okay, come on.
He's gonna see the munchlet. Okay, I got you.
You got it. Boo this man. Boo this man.
Oh boy, hurry up and get to it there. Okay. So, coming up here, we're gonna give y'all a little treat because we could skip this cutscene coming up ahead, but then you don't get the banger, like the banger endgame music, and that's important. For we must become as Phogs again
We must.
and ascend to the Fog Hood.
Yeah, skipping this cutscene coming up is maybe like 15, 20 seconds, but the music at the end of this game is an absolute bop. It's worth it.
Yep. All we have to do to skip it is just pretty much go through this statue instead of...
Yeah, you can climb over it nearly trivially.
But we become besties again.
And we ascend to godhood.
Mm-hmm. Second best tune in the game right here. So now Oth spits water out of his head infinitely, and I am a rave siren. I don't know. Shit. Look at me. Spin, 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 spin.
Beautiful.
I spit light. And I bork all the time.
Yeah. As fogs should.
Indeed.
Shiny fog. Yes.
Give. Yeah, exactly. If we skip the cutscene, then it's all entirely silent. Hello, game? Can we thank you?
No, this is okay, so this is what's gonna be like? Cool.
That is. I need to use the light to create platforms for us to move on. Oth will use his water to fill things for us to climb in. Or float in, rather.
Plans and all sorts of stuff.
Yep. We're very magical. Oth refuses to try that every time.
I tried!
We don't need that one. We're good. Uh-oh. I'm getting some sick desync. You are doing some interesting dances there.
There's a checkpoint that you can just barely touch from the back wall of this little puzzle game, so we skipped the whole thing.
Yep. Then we grab this, and our magical fog god powers make a bridge.
Magical.
And we have become as fog.
I love this. Oh my gosh, we have someone's dog in chat barking back at the fogs, and I think that's beautiful.
Amazing.
My cat is sleeping right next to me and is unperturbed.
I love it, Bentamino.
Okay, so time is coming up. There's going to be a little cutscene that kind of shows off how successful and handsome we are. And as soon as we see the credits starting, that's where we hit the timer.
And we get new friends.
We do get new friends. Not just golden retriever fogs, there's all sorts of fogs. You wouldn't even believe it.
It's true. There's a pibble fog and a dachshund fog. Hello, new friend.
Yay!
Hello, another new friend.
So many friends.
And yet another friend.
Aww. They're so cute.
And we can hang out on our cool dog bed, or we can go meet our friends who
So
want
there's
to do
really
nothing but play.
At least to my knowledge, there's not really a lot we can do to speed this up. It's a little timer waiting for a cutscene to play in a second. And then as soon as that cutscene's over, and end time will be coming up in a moment.
One detail I absolutely love that I can point out right here is it's cute. Sleep World, the Sleep World snakes, they yawn instead of going bleh. And I just thought that was just like a nice little attention to detail from the developers. And there's our dragon friend. He's back.
Yeah, here comes time.
Yay!
And time.
Time's up.
All right, GG.
Hogs.
That was awesome. 2:13:27. on the
That's
timer.
not bad at all, to be honest.
Not bad.
Fantastic.
That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us on.
That was so much fun. I knew this was what I wanted to have on because y'all are so talented at the game, very
Oh,
entertaining.
thank you.
So let's have you both, talk about what are you doing on your streams? Where can people find you? What you got coming up soon? So go ahead.
Oh man, I've got
for it.
all my usual Christmas stuff coming up. I'll be streaming 24 hours on Christmas Day. We usually do heavily modded Skyrim and figure out who wins Christmas. Team Newt or Team Dude? Cute penguins or horrifying skeletons who have their own holidays already? I'm not biased, but yeah, we have a lot of fun. Yeah, that's the main thing coming up on the stream right now. Otherwise, I'll just be playing some casual stuff, maybe occasional speedruns. I'm always looking for new minute speedruns. So if anybody out there knows a game that can be beaten in about
Gilder's known for his bad video games, and he
That's true.
speedruns the worst of them.
It's true. I ran some on Big Bad Gameathon not too long ago, the minute speedruns, where I beat 17 runs in under 21 minutes.
Wow.
So-
That's awesome.
It's pretty wild, but it's a lot of fun. Oth, what you up to, man?
I've been doing a bunch of casual stuff lately, but as far as speedrunning goes, I've been getting back into Super Mario World, and I've been routing a ROM hack, the SMW remade from memory ROM hack that just recently came out. That's a lot of fun.
That's been cool.
But
Fantastic.
yeah, I'm
Awesome.
off.
Yeah, I put the link to both of their Twitches in the chat, so please follow these two amazing runners. That was a
Swing by, say hi.
fantastic showcase.
Well, thank y'all
We
for
had
having
a lot
us.
of fun.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who came out from the community. Definitely see a lot of the names that y'all were talking about throughout the run. A lot of hype in the chat. People explaining things and answering questions. I really appreciate that so much. So yeah, we're going to have the VOD of this and the Portal 2 run on Games Done Quick YouTube channel. You can go at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick if you want to watch this wonderful run all over again, or if you came in late. And we also have One and Doneathon coming up next weekend, starting on December 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can find out more information about that at GamesDoneQuick.com/hotfix. That's going to be an amazing event, first of its kind, and it's going to be a series that we'll be having more and more on the channel.
Also, if
Great.
I'm not mistaken, is Sean running solo fogs at One and Doneathon?
I haven't seen the schedule in a hot minute, but Sean
Alright.
can confirm in the chat if that's true. That would be awesome. You want to see more Fogs action?
So yeah, if you want to see somebody absolutely just demolish the game by themselves without even a buddy. Woo.
Yeah,
Be sure
that's
to
going
check
to
out
be
Sean's run.
incredible. Absolutely. And yeah, we also have more speedruns coming up for GDQ 2022 starting on January 9th. So you can head to the GamesDoneQuick.com website and get all the information about prize submissions, the schedule, everything that's going on for that. Sean says yes. Okay, awesome. So more PHOGS action on the GDQ channel. I'm so happy to hear that. All right, so stay tuned, everyone in chat. We're going to, stick around for the raid. We would love to surprise someone's day with all the wonderful people that have been hanging out in chat. And shout outs to everyone who is here for It's Dangerous to Go Alone. We have more hotfix coming up tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. We have Awfully Silly, followed by That's Never Happened Before. So thank you all so much for being here and stick around for the raid.
Later.
Take care.